I don't give a shit.
It's showtime, bitches.
Oh, we live.
Yeah, we are live.
I mean, chicken and shit.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. This is gonna be a real nasty episode because we eating today. We running late. So it kind of is what it is. Sorry. We fuck with y'all though.
No, ever play them other ones you just found.
Absolutely not.
Nah, don't play none of that bullshit. Oh, that is fucking disgusting, bro. That is fucking disgusting.
What's going on, people? Yeah. As you see, niggas is eating in true nigga style.
Nah, for sure.
Niggas is eating chicken. You make no mistake about it. Yes, very stereotypical here at the NCP. Yeah, niggas is up here eating chicken. Look at Bobby two-handing it. You know he likes two-handing it. Look at him two-handing the meat. But it's a breast though, so you're good. What's going on, people? What's going on? We are here.
Yeah, we here.
We got a special guest coming.
We disgusting too, so y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
The nasty boys.
We renaming the pod.
They is nasty.
Rename the pod to the nasty boys.
The nasty boys are here. The NBC. Ooh, the nasty boy crew. Is this
right though? Like he got done eating and just gonna shit on us.
Right.
Is
this the chicken too?
Yeah, I'm not eating on camera. You're not gonna catch me. Catch me two-handing the meat, Bobby style. Next week, look for the two-hand on the glizzy.
Oh my god!
Come on, y'all, say words.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to process all that bullshit.
I get you.
I'm trying to process all that bullshit you just said.
Sorry, y'all. We just a little bit running, just a tad bit behind.
I don't give a shit.
We are here.
I ain't ate shit.
Yeah, bro. I ate lunch at like 1, maybe.
That's all good. Eat it up.
Eat it up.
Eat it up, then beat it up.
Eat it up and beat it up. And turn around and eat it from the bike. Eat that booty smoothie from the bike.
Nah, you definitely got to eat it from the back.
From the bike.
That's how you do it.
All that irks me to no fucking end.
Well, eat it from the back?
Nah, when motherfuckers say dine and bike.
Tip and dime, coming dime.
And you ain't from the fucking South.
I'm coming dime.
That's some bullshit.
You ain't nowhere near the fucking South. Don't do that shit.
I'll call you right back.
Goofy shit. Don't stop that.
Hey, Alisha.
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, sorry. We was late, too.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
We out here eating chicken and being stereotypical.
Very much. Right.
Stereotypical N-words and shit.
Right. We got grape Kool-Aid coming down.
Nah, we ain't doing all that now.
Right.
Throw it away. You want to die at 40? Keep it up.
Yeah. Very niggerfied.
Bobby, you turn my headphones up a little bit?
Nope.
I appreciate you, sir. I hate this nigga.
No, you do.
Jesus Christ.
You don't call me the N-word, sir.
My bad, sir. That's good right there.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we here.
We are here.
We here with our transcontinental fashion designer here.
Absolutely.
But before, you know what I'm saying, y'all already know who she is. So before, for real. Before we get into her, feel free to turn your camera off, Alicia. We're gonna get into this. Intro.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Good morning, and welcome to Normal Convos Pod, where we dissect, discuss, analyze, and share our views on today's current topics.
And more importantly, things we believe should be normalized as talking points in the Black community, the country, and ultimately society's culture.
We hope that you enjoy this episode, brought to you by Scalp Solutions Inc., where we help you get your confidence back. So come in.
Sit down.
And enjoy your weekly dose of normality.
Normal Convos Pod.
Hellboy on the track.
My father is back. Medium shirt daddy.
Beat your motherfucking ass in some Street Fighter. Put some money up.
Convos Pod.
Yo,
Niggas.
we back. We back.
I didn't even know.
Oh, what happened to Alisha?
She left.
Uh,
She left. She
Alicia left us.
No.
Come back, Alicia.
Nah, she said, yeah, cut your camera off. She took that literally. Like, all right.
Listen,
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
I pushed like the little stop mic and cam, and it just had me sitting here looking at y'all. I was like, I did.
That's how it be. Well, let's get into it, yo. Welcome to episode 80 of the Normal Convos Pod. I am your host, Brandon, aka the Pod Father, aka Soccer Father, aka Not So Basketball Father, aka Dance Father, aka Potty Rich, aka Pod Wave, aka Pod Shiesty, aka Brandonce. And I'm not going through the rest of them because frankly, I just don't feel like it. And I'm here with my guys, of course, my brothers, my business partners. We back in the basement again. We here. I'm pass it off to my guys, of course, which everyone ain't chewing at the moment.
All right, I got it.
Pause.
Right, big pause, man.
Ain't chewing? That's a pause?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Resume.
Okay.
This is Bobby, aka
Talk to the mic, sir.
Aries the God, aka the graphic shirt God in this motherfucker.
Hey.
AKA the reference God.
He
AKA
definitely
God.
just flashed us.
I did this show titties.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
Titty-tastic.
Tit-tastic.
I cash app you. I cash app you $3.
Bet.
What? Oh
damn, I need to lift up too there.
Oh shit, throw it on me, shit. I'll take quarters and all.
No.
Can you imagine that motherfucker dancing on top of the table for quarters?
Man, listen.
That would hurt.
Yeah, what was I? AKA Bobby Drake.
The motherfucking ice
There
man.
we go. AKA King Petty, Petty Spaghetti, Petty Wop, Deacon Petty White, Petty Murphy, Petty Spaghetti, Petty Winslow.
Petty Winslow.
Murphy.
Money Pod Yo, Rowdy Potty Piper, Jizzy Boy Senior / the porn historian, Bob Shill / the background singer. Shit, I got a lot more I'm forgetting. Fuck it.
What's
Medium
going on,
shirt daddy
people?
over
What's
here.
going on, y'all? This is your boy Everett, aka the medium shirt daddy, aka Reverend Do Wrong, aka I get the mother and the daughter, probably the daughter first.
AKA Bam Bam Diggo.
Man, bam, diggo.
AKA
Look at these nipples.
Look at these nipples.
Look at these nipples and the areolas.
Telling somebody looking at a man's areolas is crazy.
Y'all talking about me flash.
You're a flashy boy. Hey, you earn your $3, King.
Give me my jury beads.
Don't let that money make you. Make that money.
You feel me?
Exactly. And hey, we here. That's it. As far as AKAs, we are here, y'all. We are here
We are here
with the
again.
fabulous and lovely Alisha.
What's up?
Hi guys.
How you
Thanks
doing?
for having me. Good. I'm tired of hell,
Wait a
man.
minute.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
The international.
The international Alisha Lee.
All right. She ain't local.
thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
But
Had to come back home.
Euros. What they spend out there in francs?
Well, I actually have some. I have some pounds.
Oh shit! You came back.
Pounds.
You came back with
Hey.
bread.
I like the
did.
pounds.
I did.
Oh,
They
they got
got the
pounds out there?
queen's face on them, which isn't the best,
I mean,
but
Good
they're
enough.
clear. Like it's clear on one side.
is it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like-
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's like freaky money. I've never actually seen pounds before.
Is that so they can see the watermark on it?
I guess like, it'd be impossible to counterfeit this. That's for sure.
They find a way.
yeah, they'll find a way.
They'll find a way.
They will definitely find a way.
Definitely
I
find
know a guy on
way.
Ray Street who could probably make me 100 of those. So
No, for real.
They got counterfeit blue strips yet?
counterfeit what?
$100.
R100s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they found a way to do that shit too.
Probably.
So, Alisha, what's been good? How you feeling? How you doing?
I feel like I gotta go backwards. Since the last time I talked to you guys, I went to Paris and
Yeah.
for Paris Fashion Week, which was really dope. And I got a little bit of man tea for y'all. It was a bunch of BS that kind of went down. So the Thursday before we left for Paris, I got an email from the showrunner for one of the shows we were doing that said the showrunner's father had passed and they're not traveling for 2 weeks. So they had to cancel the show in Paris.
Jesus.
Now, mind you, I had 8 bottles coming with me. Like, we've been raising money, saving for all this. So I'm disappointed. I'm emailing, trying to call to find out, how we can get another shows. They tell us we can try to get you another show, but you can't use your models because it's a short notice. I'm like, I didn't kill dude's daddy.
That ain't your fault.
That ain't my fault.
Right.
At least we use my models. If I can't show, let my models be a part of the show in some capacity.
Right.
We'll see what we can do. Couldn't get me into the new show. I went through all this extra paperwork, all this nonsense. I'm like, at this point, I have to go. I can't just quit. Like, we worked all the way up to this. We're still going to go and still going to do something. And we get there. I spent 3 days in London, 5 days in Paris. While I'm there, one of the young ladies that I worked with I ran into her during the Columbus. I won Best Designer in Ohio. I don't know if that was before or after I talked to you guys last, but I won that award in Columbus. And that got me into another fashion show in Columbus. And I met a model who connected me with the showrunner who was doing a show in Paris that same week. So we connect and she's, going through it saying she's, designers dropped out, models dropped out. And I'm a barterer. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to pay. I can't pay you to be in your show, but all my models do hair and makeup. I will do every last one of your models' hair and makeup if you let us be in your show. Like I feel like that's a fair trade. I'm saying
that's a good deal.
Yeah,
that's a real good deal.
She made a way.
And she had 21 young ladies. So ooh. I was rolling sleeves. Like everybody gonna have a slick back ponytail and lip gloss, but we're gonna get it done. And she canceled the show the day of and didn't ever message me again.
Damn, Jesus.
Yeah, like still haven't heard from this woman. So my models are devastated, obviously. And if you've met me, you know I'm kind of a serial optimist. I'm like, you know what? It's meant to happen. I think that was like the universe, the Almighty's way of like seeing if I was for real about my craft. So we went to a fabric store where designers like Balenciaga, Michael Kors, Dior bring their fabric. And I spent we were putting cards together, spent money that we didn't have to buy this fabric. And I dressed one of my models in the street. Like I took a big, 4 yards of fabric with nothing but like hair ties and ribbon and made 3 different dresses in 3 different spots in Paris in the middle of the street. People were like taking out their phones and videotaping. And I made a dress out of nothing on my model live.
Did you just MacGyver some dresses though?
I did.
That's fire.
You gotta be resourceful.
No, that's fire.
Yo, she just pulled the fucking MacGyver on fucking
I did. Thank you.
In the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street, we were walking up the crowds. People were like, I'm Alisha Lee. My models were like, she's Alisha Lee. She's a designer. We're from Ohio. We're from the States. And people were like,
saying Ohio in Paris is crazy.
Isn't it?
Like, man, we do not know Ohio.
Right. Like, what fly over
is that London? Like, are you from London? You got an English accent, like whatever. And I did use my fake. Thank you, Catherine Pierce. Thank you. Oh, that's right. That's one of my models.
Well, shout out to Catherine.
Shouts out.
Thank you, Elle.
Thank you for accompanying our friend to Paris.
Yes. Absolutely.
That is my assistant, and she's the GOAT. She's one of the best professional women that I've ever come across, and she was a super supporter while we were in Paris. Even though we were all down in the dumps and kind of pissed about the situation, she was kind of echoing the fact that we still are African-American entrepreneurs in Paris.
Doing our thing too.
Like end of sentence. Like
right.
End of
Making
sentence.
shit happen.
Right.
Making shit happen.
That's all that needs to be said, really. Like that, like you said, end of sentence.
Right.
We are black people, black designers, black women designers at that.
Right.
In Paris.
Right.
Period.
We made the most of it and got some connections and came back to like 4 show invitations and a New York Fashion Week. invitation from the show that couldn't let us in because of the short notice. So I'll be in New York Fashion Week in February.
Hey,
That's their invitation.
Hey, more applause, please.
More
More applause.
Oh, thanks, guys.
She out here just on some superwoman shit.
no,
Yeah.
for real.
Making it happen.
God damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was
doing a
it.
damn thing over there.
That was in September.
Be happy for you. Just, you know what I mean?
Thank
Just
you.
hearing your story, just, you know what I mean? Just makes me just want to smile and shit. You know what I mean? Just
Exactly.
champion you for real. Like, you really
I'm
making
back.
it happen out here.
Yeah,
Paris
and that was in
Fashion Week and New
September.
York Fashion Week. That's big
We've
shit.
done. It is, and we did since September. I think we've done 4 shows since I got back from Paris. We did. We were invited to Columbus Fashion Week, which was in September, October 11th. Actually, we were invited to do a 70s themed fashion show where I created all 70s pieces to celebrate, survivors of domestic violence, trafficking, from Beverly Robinson's group. And literally yesterday I did Sweet Sister Splash, Afro Swag. I'm sure you saw it all over the place.
Sorry.
I closed the show right before. I was next to last before a young lady who's from Cincinnati, but she was on Project Runway. It was great energy, great vibe. And then last week I was in LA and Vegas, sourcing material for my favorite shop, Mood, in LA. I always wanted to go, so I'm going to go. Bought some dope fabric and got back yesterday morning at 2 a.m. Did a show at 2 p.m. and then I just got off set from a commercial. I got hired as a wardrobe stylist for a kids program here in the city, or a kids show, a TV show that won Emmys. So like saying it out loud sounds crazy.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like it's been no break since I got back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then we did Donnie's show.
You deserve all of it. You deserve all of it.
Definitely.
That's right.
Absolutely. That's the
We did
definition
Donnie's
of making
show
it happen.
Thank you.
It's so funny. It's so funny, right? Because when I met you, it was during the Cuff to Curve stuff, and it was like I remember rewatching your date, and it was like, oh, okay, she's dope. She got her head on straight. She's doing her thing, and then from where we were at in March, April, whenever that was.
Mm-hmm.
And to see everything that you've done since then, like consistently, not dropping the ball, not hesitating, nothing like that, I can't do nothing but give you your fucking props, give you your flowers, everything.
Thank you. It's been surreal. Like I can't even when me and Ellen were on the plane in Vegas talking about January to today. It's like 6 lives. Like it's like 6 years worth of work. From my first show that sold completely out to doing, winning the awards and building up for Paris and then coming back and doing all these shows and then having more shows in 2023. It's, getting signed, doing like Donnie's Good Company show. I produced that show. It sold completely out. That was amazing. Just to work with another collaborator, another designer in the city who I trust and love. It's just been amazing. And it's been literally no breaks. Every time I have an opportunity, I try to leave it better than I found it, and it's been affording me new opportunities. And I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. Well, we definitely got to check out a show.
Please. I'm dropping a men's line. I'm dropping a men's line in 2023. So.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
You gotta make me a graphic shirt.
I'm with it.
We got to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Medium shirts for you, Mr. Everett.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's how you know a listener when you see one.
Right.
Yes.
All mediums.
All mediums. I even got some mediums that I'm working on. When you feel
What?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Right up his alley. Look, you see how tight his shirt is right now?
Ouch.
It's definitely a little tight.
That is phenomenal.
We still fuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing about it is being resilient. See, when you got there and you found out that they had canceled it, a lot of people probably would have folded.
Yeah.
Or been frozen. Like, okay, what do we do now? But you found a way to regroup, pivot, and make the shit happen.
Yeah. I feel that. And I was pissed. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I was all like skipping through the flowers in Paris, twirling around the Eiffel Tower. Like, I was livid because I felt played. I've spent money getting here. Like, I'm a full-time entrepreneur.
They was playing too much.
Right. Like, you're playing with people's money. You're playing with people's livelihoods. But one of the mantras that I
Time
feel
and
really
everything.
strongly about, exactly, especially my time, I got to play with that, is when you put out good, you'll get good back. So you know that good is coming on the other side of it if that's what you're putting out. So when the bad shit happens, it makes it really easy for me to just move past it. Learn from it, acknowledge it, digest it, and keep going. Because if I stay there, I'll be stuck there. And I see that's kind of spreading through some of the people that are in my camp, and it's beautiful to see. So I was pissed though. I was pissed.
Of course. It's kind of like
he turned off the camera to eat chicken just just to get caught on the basement camera.
I can see you.
Yeah, I forgot about the basement camera.
He thought he was being slick and high. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna eat.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yo.
That's a damn shame. I mean, I'm sure you dealt with something like this before, but on this scale, that far away, I'm sure that was a huge deal.
Yeah, I never had a show cancel. There's Mufaro. Hey, buddy.
My God.
What's going on? Shouts out.
Yeah, I've never had a show cancel like in the States. I've dealt with some shady business people, and I still ran my set and collected my pieces and left and never worked with them again. But having something cancel after there's been like promotion and people have gone over the, put the money down, like, oh my goodness. No, thank you.
Wait, what?
Blush. Now I'm blushing. I was not prepared for that.
Did she say no thank you?
I said, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I thought you said no thank you. I'm like, damn.
That's rude. I'm not rude, Bobby. You know that. I'm a nice lady.
Oh shit.
But no,
well, yeah, that was a nice little recap of what's been going on.
Yeah.
I'm liking that. So what we gonna do?
Hey yo.
What's up?
How was our weeks? We did weeks.
Oh yeah, we ain't do weeks. We ain't do nothing.
We did weeks in a while.
How is everybody doing?
Fine.
I don't even.
Never mind.
How you doing, Bobby? Fuck this nigga.
Kenny's time to chew.
I'm actually doing all right. I was home all week.
Was you?
Yeah, I had jury duty.
Oh.
How was that?
Guilty.
Sucked.
You did it actually?
I did it when I had mine. I got it like 2 weeks after I turned 18.
Damn. No.
Did you get picked? You obviously you ain't get picked for a case if you're here today.
No, I got picked for a case, but
did you?
Yeah, I had to claim hardship.
Oh, okay.
Because they ain't paying me. They ain't paying me to do it. But
ain't they supposed to pay you whatever?
My job doesn't pay me for jury duty.
No, the jury's supposed to pay you.
But that's a
certain
very
amount.
Small amount. It's a very small amount. Yeah,
it's like $20 a day. It's like not even enough. It's not even worth the ride to get there.
That's a no.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been home all week. Been playing that God of War Ragnarok.
I know you have. How is it?
Fucking amazing.
How is it?
It's fucking amazing. People, like all my friends on PlayStation, we don't never talk out now. Everybody getting that game, like, hey, how is it, bro? I see this shit live. I'm like, bro, all right, let me play it.
That's how it worked.
What else I do? I ain't did shit. Oh shit!
I wish I knew you'd have been home all week. I mean, like I would have been able to kick it with you. I'm on this third shift, but
yeah. My nephew and my brother's stepson's birthdays are around the same time.
Yeah.
And they had a birthday party today at the Cheesecake Factory up in Liberty up in Westchester.
Okay.
And my brother got his stepson and his son brand new cars for their birthday. They just got it for their 16th.
Both of them?
For their
wow.
16th birthday. They got Equinoxes.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the gang.
Yeah, gang.
Gang.
Chevy gang.
Gang.
Yeah, so I'm proud of my little brother because you know what I mean he's doing some shit. But he's gonna put the mic in my face, sir.
Did you read the comment? What else?
Childish.
Paul.
Shit, super childish.
Yeah. What
childish.
was your week? Oh shit, Mufar, I gotta talk to you anyway, bro. The fucking earlier today, remember? Well, you probably don't remember, but at the 4th of July party, me and Mufar was talking because one of my bucket list trips is I want to find which region of Africa I'm from and visit there. So Mufaro put me onto this shit, AfricanAncestry.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked it out, and then I finally tried it again today. Like, oh shit, I'm ready to do this. And the site is down.
Mute your Mikey. Okay. All right, we good. Technical difficulties.
Yes, we struggle streaming as per usual.
Yeah.
Chris, what's popping?
What's up?
What's popping, Chris? Chris followed the pod page.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Hey, what's going on?
I think he followed me on Normal Convos Brew too. Before I said he can't hear nothing. Can you hear us now, G? Can you hear us, Alisha?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah, we y'all have to link. You leave out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll leave out tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
Back on the weekend. I got weekends off.
Yeah, my week been kind of cool. Approaching something big that y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's going on, and a couple other people. I'm approaching that 1st of December. So
I want to know.
Brandon about to quit his job.
Nah, not yet.
I recommend it.
Well, yeah.
That's why I've been recommending it to both Brandon and Everett. But I told y'all, come to the dark side. We got cookies over here, bro.
We have cookies. We have mimosas. We got bourbon straight.
Yeah, I get it. We've covered this before, but I kind of worked myself into a corner. Like, I bought a house. So for me to just up and quit my job, I would have to have something solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to have something where I know I'm going to at least be able to make my mortgage and all my bill payments every month.
Yeah.
Without missing nothing.
My house. I'm in the same boat. I quit my job, left my job, and I'm actually selling my house.
The one out
house
in...
I built.
Damn.
Yes.
Hey, we might need to talk.
Come on, I got a good price. Yeah, I'm getting it staged up and stuff now.
I can't do shit. My credit ain't there yet, but it's getting there. Oh shit, my credit score went up 52 points.
Hey,
congratulations! Give him the clap sound for that.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
He fucking up on his job.
No, it was a for sure a faith exercise. But
I've been working with Malcolm, man, and
shout out to Malcolm.
Yeah, shout out to Malcolm. Credit. We got to get him back on the show.
Yeah, we definitely need Malcolm back. I think Malcolm was the episode right before you the first time, Alisha.
Yep.
Oh, nice. What's his information? Like, what's the name of his company?
Next Level Financial Solutions.
Huh.
He works with credit. If you go back and listen, I don't remember what number you were on, but the one right before that was Malcolm.
Okay.
I'll DM you his info, Alicia.
Perfect. I've got some friends that are looking to beef up their stuff.
Huh?
60 something.
Yeah, it was 6. I don't know. It's somewhere around there.
Yeah. I can check.
APRs are outrageous for a home right now, but congrats, bro.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but
no, Chris. I bought my house 3 years ago before COVID.
I missed that comment.
I want to say my APR is like a fucking 3.5 or some shit. Like, I got a pretty low APR, so I ain't really tripping.
Yeah.
I want to wait till the
mine is more. What'd you say?
I was just trying to. I want to wait till the housing market crash, but I don't know when that's going to be. So
it'll be harder to get a house when that happens.
Yeah, because everybody gonna run them prices up, trying to get as much money as they can before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Houses start going back on the market.
Shit right now is just
yeah, everything crazy now. But if the market crash, it's gonna get crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Prices are going to get higher. APRs are going to be higher because everybody's going to be trying to get money.
Exactly. People going to be willing to pay 10%.
Right.
Ain't no 10%. Motherfuckers going to be asking 20.
Mm-hmm.
20 up front, and then a fucking 10% APR or something.
That's what I'm saying. A 10% APR.
Like that's gonna be nuts, bro.
I'm trying to get a house for $3.50, man.
I mean, I got one in Price Hill for you.
Shout out
I got
to our
you.
Price Hill listeners.
Nah, for sure. Shout out to the Hill.
You just dissed.
Hey, nah, I was born. Hey, I wasn't born there, but I was raised there. So shout out to Price Hill for sure.
Price Hill, y'all cheap ass houses.
Oh shit,
we love y'all.
But yeah, I'm really just getting ready for that. I'm getting ready for that and getting my ducks in a row and all that shit. And then
you'll be able to speak more about it.
Yeah. That's definitely for an episode in the future once everything is cleared. Okay. But yeah, that's really been my week, bro. Hustling. I ain't even gonna hold you. Next week the same. I'm going to work in the morning. Like kids out of school. I ain't got to take nobody to school. I ain't got to pick nobody up from school. I ain't got no soccer practices, no nothing. Like it's grind mode.
That's what's up.
I'll be at work probably 18 hours a day for the next week. Like Saturdays too. The only reason I ain't at work now is because we record. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
I could have been in the same boat.
Time to replenish yourself.
Yeah, and that's usually like my replenish time is what I do every other day. You know what I'm saying? I really only sleep like 5 hours a day just because of how much stuff I got to do. But when the kids are doing stuff, it's like I got time to just sit around and kick it. I got time to sit around and watch a TV show or two, or you know what I'm saying, little stuff like that. And then for the people that know how my job works, you know, I work rotating schedule. So every day I go to work and wait for people to call off. So you know what I'm saying? I get time to actually sit around and actually talk to people and, you know, conduct business and stuff like that. So I got off time. The only thing that's really affected with my everyday schedule is my sleep. But this week, I'm not worried about sleep. I got a mark I'm trying to hit, and it's unlimited overtime at our job, all 365 days a year. So this is the week that I'm going to take advantage of it.
Okay.
Got you.
So,
I know that's right, yeah.
Mufaro, of course, forever the optimist. That's my guy. Said a pod and cuff about to blow.
Facts.
Hey.
Yeah, sign up for season 2 if you haven't already. Anybody listening, sign up for season 2. Go to matosevisuals.com. Sign up for season 2 of Cuff the Curve.
Did you sign up for season 2?
I did not sign up for season 2. I'm tired.
Hey, you put her on the spot.
I know, right?
I did season 1. It was fun. So if you're a lady out there looking to connect with somebody, just have an open mind. Even if it doesn't end up in a love connection, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, we ain't gonna set you up with no bums. Like all the guys we find actually be doing shit.
Yeah.
So even if you don't make a connection.
Y'all put me with somebody that you should have.
Damn.
That was, you know what's so funny, Alisha? I don't think I've talked to you about it yet, but me and Mufaro have had this conversation a few times. Every time somebody that I've sent the episode or that have watched the episode, they always tell me that y'all were the couple that everybody thought was gonna be together.
You know why I think that is because like I'm a super open person. Like there's a lot of stuck up snooty bitches in the world. I'm not one of them. I don't subscribe to that channel, and Fonz can talk to anybody too. So I think you had 2 people that were just dope, you know, toot my horn a little bit, just there to vibe and just there to connect. Like it wasn't an agenda. It was just like, let's just talk. We know for probably the first 10 seconds that this one's gonna go outside this coffee shop, but let's have a good time and chat.
Yeah.
Like we can learn a little bit more about each other. And that's, you know, you can't really fake being a good person. You know, you can't fake being not a stuck up ashy bitch. So
and you can't script it either.
Right.
You can't script that type of natural chemistry. Like some people just have a natural chemistry about them. And I think that's really what showed up is that was natural. That wasn't us, you know, feeding y'all lines. That wasn't us talking to y'all before the cameras went on or nothing. That's like, all right, cool. Like you said, You know what I'm saying? We just two people that just got dope ass vibes, so we gonna be able to hold a conversation. But
Yeah.
I know and he know that this conversation is all it's about to be is a conversation.
Sorry, Fonz. He's dope. Like Fonz is dope though. I will say that. Like, Fonz is dope. I ran into him in other capacities. Like we linked and ended up doing like dressing some models for his arts at the OTR. So if you're Model Mondays is still going on. Monday nights they have arts OTR. They have a lot of different arts meets fashion events. I've done a couple of those events for the group too. So it's all love. It just for that one, y'all were asking some spicy questions. Spicy questions.
It's on YouTube, Chris. It's on YouTube. Search Cuffed or Curved. CUFF''D or Curved CURV''D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good stuff. But
it
was
for sure,
fun. It was fun.
Yeah. So I guess let's officially start the episode.
Officially start the episode. 40 minutes in.
Yeah, something that we ain't did in a while. We gonna start with Brandon's bullshit.
Oh man.
Yeah, we about to be here another hour, y'all.
So this is atheism in a nutshell. You say there's a God. I say, can you prove that? You say no. I say I don't believe you then. So you believe in one God, I assume?
In three persons, but go ahead.
Okay, so you believe. Okay, so but there are about 3,000 to choose from that have been, people who believe in.
I've done some reading, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you believe in you deny one less God than I do. You don't believe in 2,999 gods, and I don't believe in just one more.
Right. Do you ever?
So I got into this conversation at work a few weeks ago. A religion conversation. And from our generation, we don't really go by that. You don't talk about politics, religion, or salary. This generation really doesn't abide by that. Let's have a conversation about anything, anytime, anywhere. We would. So I'm having a conversation with an older gentleman, and we're talking about religion and thought processes. And, of course, Brandon being Brandon, I had to bring up the free will thing. But we got in a conversation about that. And, that was a clip from Ricky Gervais when he was on Colbert. Is that Colbert? Stephen Colbert's Late Night.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically, that's what I quoted when I was talking to the guy. It was like, as a Christian man, you believe in one God, whether you believe in him in three parts, like Colbert said or not, you believe in one God. How can you tell an atheist that their thinking is wrong when they only believe in one, they don't believe in one more than you do? And we kind of got into this real deep conversation about it. And, the conversation can stay where it was. But it brings me to my topic of why is it that with all of the knowledge that we possess now, all of the research that we can do now, all of the conversations that have been had, all of the previous conversations, all that stuff, why is it that if you have 3,000 gods to choose from, why is it that no matter where you are, that person's religion is what they're trying to push on you? Why aren't we pushing for more versatility when it comes to religion?
Why don't we leave that to our guest?
I think we are. Seeing an influx of people being more spiritual than religious. We all know religion is a gang.
Facts.
Built to separate us. So we all that's common knowledge. Even if you go to church every Sunday and pay your tithe, you know that deep down inside you probably think your church is better than somebody else's church. Like it's low key gang. But I think a lot of people, especially younger, like and I won't say just Black and brown people, but just generally speaking, I'm seeing a lot more people talk about, being more spiritual and tapping into like energy and, thinking about ancestral stuff that was considered pagan back in the day.
Right.
So I think that it's kind of coming around. People are realizing like it's not necessarily about who you pray to, it's about not, and I'm not going to be cliche and say like manifesting good things, but it's that energy. You can't have a positive life with negative thoughts. You know, you can't put bad into the world and get good back. So it's like, it's that indoctrination of, you have to pray to this God. You got to do it this way. You got to live these 3 or 5 rules. Like, I think that thinking is starting to waver, and the concept of not being a shitbag is becoming real popular. Just don't be.
But what's in something that came up in our conversation was, no matter what religion you believe in, they all pretty much have the same parables, and they all have the same core principles. Like you just said, don't be a shitbag.
Put that on a t-shirt, Bobby.
And he had brought it up to me. He was like, "Well, how do you know right from wrong?" And da 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 da. I was like, everybody knows right from wrong from their parents' teachings. It's not from religious teachings. Now, if it comes from the parents are getting it from religious teachings, it's whatever. I was like, but and then that's what got me into my free will point, right?
Okay.
That's what got me into my free will point, because I was like, who's to say what's right and wrong? Because the laws that we're governed by are usually based on the Bible in America anyway. They're more based on the Bible versus a right and wrong structure.
Yeah.
And then even when it comes down to that, just like when you look at a serial killer, like serial killers don't think that they're doing anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pedos don't think that they're doing anything wrong. Like there's a bunch of groups of people that don't think that they're doing anything wrong because that's how I feel inside. This is how I want to express myself, or this is how I get my anger out, or whatever. And in society's scope, yeah, it is wrong. But who are you to say that it's wrong? You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It can become a sticky wicket. I think, like, for me, I was raised Jewish. That's true. Why would you pray to talk to God? That's it. How I interpret tithing is to pay for those who come to the church that don't have, and so that people could have.
Okay.
Let me back up a little bit. The church, I was raised Jewish. Hey. So, little known fact, I was raised Hebrew, like Jewish, not black Hebrew, like not black Israelite, but like actual Jewish, like head coverings.
About to get canceled.
Hanukkah, the whole shebang. And I didn't like stop doing that until I didn't fade out of that religion until I was in my mid-20s. But it had the same basic principles of like my Christian my grandparents who were very much Christian, apostolic, all those folks. And it was all the same basic principle, like you said. It was don't do this or don't do that, but live by these rules. But when I realized that it was kind of hypocritical, and the church wasn't a place you come for safety and solace and for healing, it was a place of judgment and confinement and cruelty. Like that's when it started to kind of get watery for me. And I stepped away and started to I need to be teach me about, ways to overcome my deep-seated need to be a shitbag. Like help me with that.
That's what I need help with.
Yeah, like in my soul, I want to be a shitbag so bad. Like I just want to say, fuck all y'all.
It makes life so much easier too.
Right, like exactly.
Bobby, you got anything?
Shouts out to the shitbags.
I wanted to ask. Shout out to the shitbags.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the shitbags.
Oh yeah, I love them.
Shitbag shout out. I like that.
I wanted to ask Alisha. I don't know if this is too personal a question, but you said that you were raised Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ignorant. So what do the Jewish actually believe as far as God goes? What I heard was they don't believe that when Jesus came down, that wasn't Jesus or something like that. I heard they believe Jesus ain't gonna come in on no donkey. He's gonna be rich. He ain't gonna be no poor man. Like that's what I heard they believe, and they waiting on the real Jesus to come or something like that. Forgive my ignorance. I heard
the real Jesus.
Please stand up. No, it's with the real Jesus. Please stand up.
Well, the real Jesus, please come down.
Come down. So there's multiple sects of Judaism. So there's Hasidic Jews. There's a bunch of kind of Jews, just like there's a bunch of kind of Christians. That's what it's a gang. It's like one blue flag or red flag. Like,
red all day.
All day. But how I was raised, we did believe in the Messiah. We did believe that he was the son of God, and he was going to come back down and throw everything upside down if you weren't acting right. But there was a lot of also traditional Hebrew things. Agreed. I think Allura, religious titles are built to separate, as I mentioned a moment ago. But yeah, we were taught that we did believe that the Messiah was a real, son of God, essentially, and that he was returning. Where it got wonky is that we didn't call him we called him by the Hebrew name, so it was really heavy in the Hebrew text versus the European and Caesars switching things up and making the calendar all wonky. So we followed like the natural Feast of Tabernacles. We didn't believe he was born on Christmas. It was like Christmas was cold. No one was going anywhere. It was in Africa.
Right,
so
nobody's going in a desert.
Was it really
Christmas
cold
time,
in Africa? So explain that. Like
there
was no snow. There was no snow in Africa. I still haven't seen any. So yeah, I might get canceled for that, Bobby. I might get canceled for that one right there. But it was that. So it was like we didn't do Halloween, we didn't do Valentine's Day, we didn't do any of those man-made holidays. We really focused on
holidays,
getting back to the meat of things. But it did cause a lot of separation too. Like I wasn't supposed to be friends with people that were non-believers and things of that nature. Like I had my oldest daughter's father is he's passed now, but he was Vietnamese and Chinese, and I was 20, still trying to worship and follow the scripture, and they start preaching about being unequally yoked. And they weren't talking about with a believer and non-believer. We had a lot of biracial couples at that time. And it was like, are we going to hell because we like somebody from a different nationality? So I left after that.
Mufaro.
There is, if you're there, Mufaro, you bring the snow.
So this is a long one. I'll read this one out. Laura says, in the Renaissance era, people began to walk away from religion because they learned the Catholic Church was catering the world to fit their agenda. That's when people strayed, seeking their own perspective.
Yeah. I think they see that still. I think that's still happening. But we know it's happening. Like we know.
And I think to kind of touch, and we can get off of religion. That was just, my bullshit for the week. But it did bring me to something that you said earlier with this newer generation of kids. This newer generation is the most curious and probably the smartest dumb kids I've met, because they have no common sense because they're not outside. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You develop common sense from being outside
and in situations.
How does gravity work? You don't know because you ain't fell off of nothing.
Yeah, like that's where we got our common sense from.
Yeah, that's how you hone it.
Yeah, like you don't walk in front of a car because, oh yeah, I got clipped once, or my homie almost got clipped once.
You don't stare down at your phone.
Yeah, you don't stare down at your phone while you're walking. There's a lot of common sense stuff that you learn from being outside.
Right.
I had a homie I found out was a flat earther, and he said gravity was a hoax. Like, I was with you until you said gravity was a hoax. I wasn't with the flat earth thing, but I was willing to respect it until you said gravity was a hoax.
Like, I hate this nigga.
Like, bro.
Gravity's a hoax. Okay.
What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all boy? What's wrong with y'all boy?
Log off right now.
What's wrong with your boy? What's wrong with your boy?
None of them will help you with that because all of them say don't do it until you're married. So,
nah, for real.
Except the Bible said be fruitful and multiply at the beginning.
With your wife. Or
wife.
I didn't see that.
Did it say that?
With your wife.
That was in later text.
That was in some parentheses.
The parentheses. The Bible got fine print.
It does. In Galatians 4:12, it says if D has mass baby mamas, D is broke.
Nah, for sure. He definitely broke.
That's somewhere in the back.
It's in Galatians.
The index. Yeah. It was back in the index.
Yeah, you didn't read that far.
I didn't. That appendix.
But
hilarious.
So what the younger kids, like I'm starting to, especially with the pod cuffed, my amp show, like I'm doing a co-hosting with a young lady I met off of there like 2 weeks ago. and she's like 22 years old, and we're just kind of DMing back and forth and trying to set it up and talking and stuff like that. And I got you, Mufaro. He just texted me.
Man,
you can see it. You can see it. Don't say it out loud, but you can see it. But no, I'm sitting having conversations with her, and I'm sitting and having conversations with her, and I'm starting to realize how mute your mic.
Your mic ever.
Mute your mic. I'm starting to realize how smart these kids are. Like, they have so much information and they have so much availability that they are just genuinely smart when it comes to everything, because they have the opportunity that when they receive some information, it's like, oh, okay, let me get on Google real quick.
Right.
Let me get on my socials. Let me go ask the question. Let me it's a double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Because all information ain't good information, for one. And two, not every information that you get is going to be the right information or the correct information.
But now we have the option to choose what we believe. Before, our parents, and I don't know if it was, for me at least, and if those of you that are closer to 40 might have the same experience or similar experiences, we were taught, you don't talk back, you don't question it, whatever I say goes. I'm older than you, I'm wiser than you. And then we got older and realized our parents were dumb as shit.
Yeah. You should have let me ask questions, Ma.
Right. Like, oh, it was go look it up. And so I had to go look it up. And I'm like, all right, well, now I know you lying because I looked in the encyclopedia and that is all incorrect. So now kids have access to not
our
just
facts came from our parents.
Yeah. Right. We didn't have like, well, why can't I do this? Or why is gravity? Because God said but that's true. Exposure does lead to expansion. But I think
one of the great Mufaro quotes.
He has like 50, I bet.
Yeah. He said that it's actually in our it's in our outro music.
All of us on it.
Oh.
That quote right there, because he said it on the episode one day. We were talking about, I think that was the first episode he was on.
Yeah, that was number 7 episode.
And he was talking about Zimbabwe and the challenges of going, you know what I'm saying, growing or being born there, moving here, going back and forth, all that type of stuff. And he had dropped that quote, and like we just added it to our outro music because that's something that people just need to know. Exposure leads to expansion. Like, it's one of those things that you don't really pay attention to is really important.
Yeah. And you can tell when someone is genuinely, like when kids like this to the generation are genuinely curious, it decreases your judgment when you replace judgment with curiosity. Like you judge things that you typically don't know about. And when you become curious, it removes the need to judge, because now I'm curious. I'm asking questions, I'm getting clarification versus my own incorrect thoughts. So
hold on, Laura, who told you that?
Oh God.
Who told you that?
Yeah.
Which one of your parents told you that?
Give you
Have you heard that too?
I have heard that.
Really?
Rubbing butter on your titties and making them grow.
I've heard it too.
Oh, so I'm just young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think somebody might have mentioned it on an episode.
I ain't never heard that shit.
Kind of nasty. Yeah. Yeah.
Mom.
Don't do it
Sorry,
to old
Lord.
men. Don't jerk off or you'll go blind.
How old?
Yeah.
Am I old man?
And who believed that shit? Because them little young girls was fucking Hugh Hefner to the day he died.
Well, he had money, and I think that changes. He was able to pay for the worms to get removed.
Yeah. They only ignore it if there's money involved. So.
Well, I think it's also in the Black community. Like we were fed so many lies from our grandparents and parents that
that's
a whole other podcast.
Ignorant as fuck too. So
yeah, but they didn't know they were ignorant. That's all they knew.
That's all they knew. They told us stuff to keep us in line, and I guess, like Alora said, for our protection.
Yeah, I understand that, but the only problem that I have with it is that when you become an adult, some of the lies were unnecessary.
Yeah.
I understand the necessary ones for protection. I understand all of those. But you get older and you start paying your own bills and going to work on a regular basis. And, you know, some people have kids and stuff like that. And you start experiencing shit. And it's like, you didn't have to tell me that lie. That lie was unnecessary. This was unnecessary. Like,
yeah, they was out here wilding with the lies.
Yeah, you'll tell me that the Easter Bunny is real, but won't tell me how babies are made. Like
right,
man.
Yeah, the
Right.
story. The story.
They won't tell you that Easter is really.
I've heard that one, Laura.
A lot
Don't
of
put your
it is
purses on the
superstition,
floor.
I
Don't
think.
clean before New Year's.
I'm like, please clean before New Year's.
Eat your beans, eat your
Black eyed peas.
Yeah, come on, man. Get out
And
of
that's,
here.
you know, every culture has its superstitions, though. Every culture has their like
Have
superstitions.
some money in your pocket on New Year's.
Yeah, I have heard that one.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. But
So Catherine dropped a good one for us. She said they're smart and have more. What the hell did I just do?
They lack common sense and skill. Plot well all the time. I agree. However, they are true free thinkers and see through bullshit. That's what I do applaud. They question everything. The ability to question everything. And I've said that before. It's nothing's untouchable or unquestionable. I mean, even God. You know, we don't like to do that, but it's like, could we place God in the same box as the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus?
Some of that shit.
Yeah, for real.
And that hurt. And when you start to question things, a lot of people get uncomfortable, and it's like, hey, now, you questioning the one thing that I've held dearly all these years.
Right.
Who the fuck are you? Because if what you're saying is true and what I've been believing is a lie, then my whole life is a lie.
Right.
Therefore,
what have I been living for?
Right.
I said this like when we were doing the episodes at your house. You know what I mean? That it becomes a part of their identity, and if you challenge that,
Appreciate you, our Lord.
have left.
Yeah, I mean, imagine having this huge ego investment in something that's not even real. It might mess you up mentally.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm starting to see what Wayne was talking about when he said we look at the Bible like a comic book. I ain't gonna perp to you.
Oh yeah, because the older you get, right, and the more, just like I said, the more information that you get, when you start to realize how many, one, that the Bible is the most bought book of all time.
Yep.
Number one. Number two, it is the most translated book of all time. When you put 2 and 2 together, it's like the what's the word I'm looking for? The metaphor that I usually use with that, Alisha, is it's like a giant game of telephone.
Yeah, it's very much watered down. And
that's the metaphor that I use. The original Bible text has been lost. There is no way, there is no conceivable way that what we're reading now, whether it be Old English or King James or whatever version of the Bible that you read, there's no way that that is identical to the original text. There's no way.
Yeah, it was style translation. I think that it's a lot of the text, and I think that's, if you are a religious or spiritual person and you do read the Bible, I'm not knocking it, but I think that's when you have to have that discernment of what do you want to translate. And I do agree, like the Bible was multiple, you know, collection of stories, collection of history. It's history essentially. And I think if you're a praying person, a person that believes in, you know, a higher power, when you're reading the Bible, you kind of have to have that spirit and that posture of, let me hear what I need to hear from this. Let me understand what I need to understand from this, and have that faith, versus being like word for word, I got to do everything that this says, because it has been translated, it has been manipulated and adjusted, and people will take out certain words, and how the Hebrew language and Aramaic and all those things have been muddled up. Like you can't have a Christian translate something that they've never read before, so they make up what they don't understand. It's like trying to tell a third grader, you know, to explain physics. They're like, well, things happen, y'all, and then it do.
Nah, for sure, Alora. She dope as fuck. Alora, Alisha. Alora is
she's
Alora,
the host of her own podcast called the Alluring Hour. Alisha, I think you would like it. You should probably give it a listen.
Y'all should definitely link.
Absolutely, they should.
And we'll be on her podcast. When is it?
That's next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna make that announcement at the end, but we can go ahead. We can go ahead and do it now.
I apologize.
Just for the people that are watching, listening, Thank y'all. Obviously, we're not done yet, but we're gonna go ahead and make this announcement while we're here. Next week, November 27th, we will be on the Alluring Hour with Alora Dannon. So we will not be recording. Normal Convos Pod will not be available next Sunday. Next Sunday, we will be on the Alluring Hour. So go follow her on YouTube. Go follow her on Facebook, follow her on IG. That's where the three of us will be next Sunday on the Alluring Hour with Alora Dannon.
Awesome.
Yeah, for reference, watch
Congratulations.
the episode from last week.
And the episode from last week, The Allure of, featuring Alora Dannon.
Dope as fuck. Yo.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I would have recorded that shit.
Yo, no bullshit before. Go ahead. I got you, Alora.
No, I was just about to say like that. When we left, when we got off the pod, we had a dope ass like 20-30 minute conversation after that. I wish I would have recorded that.
Yeah.
Like that shit was dope as fuck.
Just like we did that with Alisha last time she was here.
Yes, we did.
We got off and then had a whole nother pod.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all don't know it be going down.
Yeah, definitely do. The off camera, like real shit for the people watching and listening. The off camera conversations blows this shit out the water.
Hey yo, I'm gonna start trying to do better to get that to y'all.
Like we love doing this live, but live we have to censor ourselves, and we have to kind of like when we were recording before we did the StreamYard stuff. It was cool because we could go back and edit shit. Now we have to think about everything we say methodically. So when we get off of these mics and we have conversations with our guests, that should be so dope. Let's get back to the show. Mufaro says it comes down to your personal relationship with your God. I'm going to live my life, I guess, tell my story, and hopefully that leads to want to dive in with my beliefs. The forced laws is what sends people crazy. That's facts. Alora, I got you. I will send her your info. Catherine says definitely Mufaro. People forget about free will and personal relationship. Catherine, don't get me started on free will because I think it's
get him started. The only reason y'all got the joke last time is because I had to go.
I think it's a myth, bro.
You realize free will ain't nothing but a fancy phrase for choice, right?
I don't think you have a choice in the shit that you do, bro.
All right.
I think every choice that you make is influenced by external decisions. Not external.
No, we already did this. Go back and listen. No, we're not doing this. No.
Well, I will say this about religion. I think when people say like, I think God, your relationship, how you see God is how you see your father. So like people that have
is that why I'm not religious?
Damn. All right, this nigga hates his father.
Yeah. Like think about that. Like
I cleared this up last week. I don't hate him.
According to that logic,
my biological father has never met me. I found him on Facebook. I inboxed him, said, "Hey, I'm your kid." He saw it on Messenger, and then that was it. And then when I started doing a lot of stuff, he friend requested me, and I said that friend request like, "Die." But then I was like, you know what? Sure, you can see my life and be sad about it. But I have siblings that I found recently too, and they're all connected to him, whatever. But yeah, I think if you're somebody to get started, if you see your father as somebody who's unavailable, unfeeling, only there for disciplinary actions, isn't really loving and caring and there for you, you typically feel the same way, generally speaking, about God. If you have a loving father, someone who's there, stable in your life, often those people see God as a loving, giving father, and are able to have that blind faith because they've seen that. But that's just a blanket statement.
I kind of like that logic.
I love it.
That logic is kind of dope.
I love it. According to that logic, your dad doesn't know who you are, or your God doesn't even.
No, he knows who he is. Like, remember last week? Oh shit, you are
Brandon. I like that.
So how does that apply to me, Alisha? I hold my dad in high regard. I mean, he ain't the best dad, but out of both my parents, that's the one I gravitate to. I look dead on him. That's my motherfucking guy. However, I am agnostic. I don't Let me explain how I really feel. I believe that there is a God. I just don't believe none of these religions. I don't believe nothing these religions are telling me, but I do believe that there is a God. Yeah. So how does that translate?
I think mine is
by your logic
the exact opposite.
Well, that's
like either everybody's right or nobody's right.
That's my logic. I think if you say your dad wasn't the best, but it's religion is separate than how you see God. It's like if you say your dad's not the best, but you believe in him, he's there, he's a force in your life, you rock with him. It sounds like you feel the same way about a higher power. Maybe there's a disconnect. Like there's some parts of you and your father's relationship that you wish were better, so that you could have faith to actually lean on him and trust him, just like you probably would God, where you believe that there's a God.
In my childhood, my dad wasn't the best. He was there, but he wasn't the best. He's much better now.
That's good. And that probably translates to your relationship with how to be agnostic. Because agnostic folks, they believe that there is such thing as a higher power, but they're like, but if it ain't, it's okay too.
Right. It could be anything.
You made up your mind. Like if my dad wasn't there, but if he disappeared tomorrow, I'll be all right. Like it seemed for me, it feels similar.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that might answer your question too, Chris. He says, what if my father chose to be a deadbeat after I was grown?
But my dad was always there though.
But I think that might still answer the question. Like, if you know what I'm saying, if he chose, like, are you okay with it? I guess is the agnostic way of looking at it. Like, he was there, then he chose to be a piece of shit. Whatever. Like, if you're not okay with it, then it goes back to.
But he did his job.
I mean, yeah, you don't really owe me nothing once I'm grown.
How did you feel about him?
I do not believe your childhood. I do not believe that. I believe if you're as long as you're a parent till you die.
No, for sure. I definitely
after you die. That's what life insurance is for. To take care of your kids after you die.
Actually, you can use life insurance while you're alive, but
that's very true. That's a whole other episode.
I agree with what you're saying. Like as a present father, I'm going to be a father till the day that I fucking die. But I also believe that once you're 18, I don't owe you anything. I owed you to raise you to be a capable adult. But I don't owe you anything after that.
Now it's on you to make these decisions.
Now you got to make the right decisions. You got to, you got to figure out how to make sure you pay your bills. You got to figure out how to move as an adult. I'm there I'm there to provide support
and give you clarity if you need it. But the decisions and actions is on you.
Yeah, but I don't.
But that's not owing. Like I don't owe my children. I don't. That word I think that's what's making me like my hairs on the back of my head stand up. My children. I'm like, for one, I've got daughters, and I refuse to raise women that don't know how to lean into their feminine. I refuse to raise women that are naturally disrespectful to men. Like I refuse to raise women that aren't able to handle themselves in society and care for themselves and nurture, but handle their own. Like that doesn't stop when they're 18. Like my 19-year-old, I said, you do not have to leave this house until you can buy your own, because I still have things to teach you. I don't want you renting. Renting is a scam. I want you to save your money, finish college. It's my job as your parent to make sure that you are the best version of yourself. My mama said, "Fuck out."
I agree.
My mom said, "Get out." I was 16 and working at Kmart saving money. Like I don't know what I did, but I got to get out of here in 2 years, and I just figured out I got to do SATs. Like that's a pressure that Black parents, and not all of them, obviously, and some parents, it's not always Black parents, but they put that weird ass line of 18. That you got to 18, and then you got to figure it out. I just stopped peeing in the bed. Like, how am
I gotta be an adult now?
I gotta be an adult. Like, I just figured out how to not burn eggs, and now I gotta live by myself. Like, I think that's the craziest scam that other institutional racism and all that have put on Black families. Where now you're not on my check no more. I don't get you on welfare no more. My child support cut off because you're 18, so you gotta go. You are now a cost center. Versus, I birthed you. I chose
now
you.
You're a liability.
Yeah,
you're no longer an asset.
Because you're my legacy. You're my legacy. My children don't ever have to leave. Now they will be responsible adults. Like think about other communities where they live with their mothers until they're in their 30s, but then they buy $1 million houses in Indian Hill or have 6 businesses because they weren't forced into this scam of adulthood. I
And
told my
grandma
young
been living there for 7 years.
right? Just got there.
I've just been thinking
Like,
about that for the past
I hate that.
couple of years. Like with the whole 18 stigma, you got to get out there. Like, but I'm not trying to down you or anything like that. But I remember you just said like you don't owe them after you're 18. But I felt like, what if they still feel like they ain't ready yet?
Well,
I feel like if they still feel like they ain't ready yet, 18 or not, I'm still their parent and I owe it to them to get them ready. I mean, for as long as it takes, I feel like, but
yeah, and I definitely understand that. I think the word "oh," I use the word "oh" because of how heavy it is. What I'm saying that is, as a good parent, as a present parent, you're always going to feel like I have to do the most, whatever I can do to make you the best possible person that you can.
Yeah.
I'm saying that at the age of 18, society-wise, I don't owe you anything.
Okay.
I don't owe you to make sure that you're a good person. I raised you until the age that you are legally your own person.
Society-wise.
Yeah, society-wise, at 18, I don't owe you anything. Me personally, yes. Tyler can stay here. Okay. I'd like to say as long as he wants. At some point, I think everybody wants their parents to move out.
Yeah.
But I'm not forcing Tyler out at 18. You know what I'm saying? Tyler will be 18 in fucking 9 months, bro. Like, I'm not forcing him out the house. I'm not saying get the fuck out and you 18 is what. No. Like, I want him to be able to hone his fucking skills with this YouTube shit. They just hit 1,000 subscribers. They're monetized now.
Shout out to Partyville.
Like, at 17 years old. No, he over at Jason's. They recording right now.
Oh shit!
Like, his partner's 18, he's 17. They're monetized at 18 and 17 years old, starting a YouTube channel.
Damn, man, what we doing?
That's something that I wanna push that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I want him to hone his skills on that and figure out what he can do once he has the freedom to not have to go to work get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and not get home till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? He working a 10-hour job. Like, I want to know what he can do when he doesn't have to do that. So I'm not going to push him out at 18.
Right.
My thoughts and my morals and my the way that I look at stuff mirrors yours and Alicia's. I'm going to do everything I can because I feel like I owe him that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that in the scope of the world, once you turn 18, you're your own person. I'm no longer responsible for you.
I see what you're saying.
I no longer have to pay your bills. I no longer have to pay your speeding tickets. I don't have to pay your rent anymore. Like, I'm literally not in charge of you anymore.
Yeah, legally
obligated. True, but the parental influence, I don't see parental influence as me being in charge. Like, I feel, oh my God.
I hate him. Jesus Christ.
Can we
log off?
Like, Kathy just literally took that out of my mouth. I don't think that it's parenthood is an obligation. I feel like if we're gonna use the word "oh," I birthed you. You did not choose to be here. That was my choice.
Correct.
Right.
So I am obligated to make sure that I am a soft space for you to land because you don't figure it all out at 18. Yes, I'm not paying your parking tickets, but if you get jammed up or you're still navigating life, I don't want to be that parent that was like, well, figure it out. Now, I might have a little bit of like, come on now, I told you about this.
Yeah.
I told you 30% credit limit. Like, you ain't supposed to be going over. Like, now you in the red. Like, I'll have conversation, but I'm a guide. I brought you into this world, and now it's my job to guide you through it until I'm no longer able to. Hopefully, God willing, by the time I end my journey, you've seen and done enough and heard enough from me to continue yours successfully. So I don't feel like it's an obligation. It's more like I brought you here.
I think a better word, the obligation word, like I said, I used it intentionally. But what I think you're describing is a support system. As like, you're not a support system before they're 18. Before they're 18, you owe it to them by bringing them into this world to raise them to the age of, okay, you might be legally able to take care of yourself, but now I'm going to switch that role where you still know I'm your parent, but at 18, we start developing a different relationship because I'm not in charge of you anymore. I can't tell you when and where and how and why. At 18, I can't tell you that anymore. I can if you're in my house and, however everybody runs their house. But at 18 years old, there's only so much I can make you do.
I see what you're saying. When they 18, you can guide. But
it's more of a guide support system.
When they 17, it's like kind of like an enforcement. Not enforcement, but it's like
those teenage years. You want to teach them how to be independent. But at 15 years old, if I tell you to go do something or I ask you to be home at a certain time, I expect you to.
Right.
Once you turn 18, there's wiggle room. It's like, I want you in the house by 9 o'clock. But if you walk in the house at 10 o'clock, oh, sorry, Ma, I got caught up doing such and such and such and such. I'm not going to have as much as an attitude as when you walk in my house at 10 o'clock at 16 years old. Because at 16 years old, I told you to be in this house at 9 o'clock.
Right.
At 18 years old, you are legally an adult. I'm not legally in charge of you or for any of your actions. I'm not responsible for your actions. So now all I can be is your guide and your support system.
Yeah, and
that's where the old thing I think kind of goes back and forth.
I hear you when you say it that way. I think for me, I've been called a little bit of a weirdo from friends. I think I consider my children I'm their guide regardless. Like my 16-year-old had a boy over today, and y'all, I'm not okay with it. Like
I know.
But I have to teach her that she's not guilty because she's having a biological reaction to the opposite sex.
Right.
I was made to feel like I was guilty and punished.
Like it was something wrong with you liking boys.
Yeah, like hold on, but do you see him? Mama, look.
He's beautiful.
You can't keep your hands off him. Well, why do I got to? But not boys. That sounded weird. It came out weird. My mom wasn't a creep. But I think like I have to teach my children, and it doesn't just stop at 18. Like it's all throughout their life. I want to prepare you by giving you space to choose. And it's not all right, if you're not, to your point earlier, if be in the house by 10 o'clock. So in my house, I need communication. Right. I'm not gonna assume unless you let my mind wander. Don't let my mind wander. Give me facts. Mom, I'm gonna be XYZ. I'm gonna be here. I'll be back. Is it okay if I'm out till 11? I'll see you at 10:30. How about we meet in the middle? Okay. If you're gonna be late, I need communication. I'm the same way, like in my personal relationships. Like, just tell me what's going on. I have no reason to distrust you.
Don't let my mind wander. Don't let me think of your answer for you.
Don't let me try to figure it out, because I'll be like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just fight you when you get home. I'm kidding. But let me, communicate with me. So I'm teaching her, okay, you want a little boy over. There's boundaries in place. There ain't no going to no rooms because you don't pay any mortgages. You're going to sit in the living room, you watch this Christmas movie and eat Jell-O. But that's his daddy will come and get him. I'm going to wave his daddy to the window. How you doing? This is not a creepy house. I'm not touching your son. No one else is either. Good night. And now she's earned that she's been able to trust herself, and I can trust her too. So it's that we have, and this is another podcast conversation, we have a weird dynamic with, I think, a Black community where we're just so angry at our kids for being kids.
Yeah.
And, we were on fuck shit, and our parents punished us for being curious, and we want to punish them for being curious. I'm like, that stops with my house. Like, no, you're going to be curious, but I'm going to teach you what happens with that curiosity. It's perfectly normal to feel papa when you see a handsome man or a handsome young boy, but understand you respect yourself and respect another person so you can handle yourself appropriately and don't get yourself in any fuck shit. So yeah.
And I know me and Bobby have had this conversation before with our sons or about our sons. That same conversation of how to respect yourself as a young boy, because our generation was, you don't respect your body. If a girl trying to give it to you, you get it.
Take it.
Like, take it. If she giving it, take it. Like, we had no respect for ourselves as young men.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to instill that into a new generation while also trying to keep the toxic shit out of it, because at some point, whether you're a man or a woman, you do want to, teach your kids, like, hey, this is normal. This is, this is natural. It's gonna be fun, but these are the consequences for just having fun.
Exactly.
Right.
And as a young boy, we were never taught consequences. We all knew, oh, she could get pregnant, but there was never any pressure on us to be present. after she's pregnant. There was never any pressure on us for that as young men. So, I know a couple of guys that in high school had 3 or 4 girls pregnant. I don't know how many kids they got now, but there was no consequences for that. Mm-hmm. Because as a man, you can go get 15 girls pregnant, 30, really, in a month. That's one a day. Like if you only doing it once a day, you can get 30 women pregnant in 1 month. And now you got 30 kids, and your obligation is based on however you were raised. Right. Now it falls back on what your parents teach you. Because if you got 30 women pregnant in 1 month, they were teaching like one of them teachings is off. You know what I'm saying?
It was examples. I think how often do we have positive examples of a male and female relationship where there's mutual respect?
Very seldom.
Not very seldom often in the Black community.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's a Black community thing. I think that's just a Western philosophy thing. Mm-hmm. If you really think about it, the way that America operates with relationships, children, grandparents is vastly different from the whole rest of the world. Mm-hmm. Like damn near everybody else deals with relationships and friendships and children and grandkids differently than we do.
Yeah.
Like we're a third world country when it comes to interpersonal relationships.
We're so behind.
Like we are. Like multiple multiple spouses is still taboo.
I'm trying to get brother husbands jumping off.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I need brother husbands.
Or even like blended families. Blended families are still kind of not really taboo, but they're still looked at weird. Seeing, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you look at what's the new term for it? Bonus dads and bonus moms.
Yeah.
When you see those at basketball games and football games, everybody looks at them weird when mom and dad both have spouses outside of their, you know what I'm saying, outside of their child, but all 4 adults can get along and at one time. People look at that and like, damn, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, how is that? Why is that so weird to us?
Yes, my ex-husband built the house literally 7 minutes away from my house. Like, my daughter is headed there now to get clothes for him for school because she's coming back over here. People outside of our lives think it's so weird that we have such a good relationship. But he came over the house the other day and was like, "Hey, you're moving or you're selling the house. You mind if I buy some stuff out the house?" I'm like, "Take what you want. Yeah, cash at me, send it to me. Go ahead." It's that mutual respect. It doesn't matter how we ended our relationship. The fact is we have something really important between us, which is this child, and we don't have to hate just because we're not doing it.
And that's the most important part, and I think that's what's missing in Western culture. Yeah. The child is always always the most important, and also what suffers the most.
Yeah,
in Western culture.
Yeah, right. Letting that ego get in the way of, the most important thing.
Absolutely. And even like with the girlfriends, like my ex-husband has had, we both have people in our lives outside of each other since we've been divorced. But anytime I'm introduced to a girlfriend or new baby mama or whatever the case may be, like my posture is like, "Hey, welcome to the community. Like, welcome to shut up, Kathy." She knows she's seen this in action. So she's seen the weirdness. And I'm like, you hungry? Like, grab a plate. And to guys that I've dated in the past, depending on where their ego was calibrated, it was, "Oh, you must still be fucking that nigga because you."
Yeah, that's always where it starts too.
I'm like, okay, first of all, it's food in there too. If you want some, like, you can get a plate too. Like, go ahead, like, get a plate. Well, that's probably because you're not handling them correctly. They need to be trained. We talked about this already.
Go back and watch that clip.
Go back and watch that clip. If it's out of control, it's because you let it be out of control. The men have capacity to shut that shit down with a couple words. Like, you will not hinder my relationship.
Yeah, but I gotta stick up for my guy, right? And not for him particularly, but guys that are going through shit like that. When you got a bitter baby mama or a bitter ex, it don't matter what I say to her. She's going to beef with me. When you got a bitter baby mama or
it's what you do.
Well, yeah, but that sometimes that don't matter though. Sometimes that don't matter what you do.
It might take a little bit of time, but you feed a fire, it's gonna keep growing. You put some flour on that hoe. Like, listen, I'm not dealing with you. If we gotta go to the course and go to the course, my shit's straight. You're not gonna change how you feel about me. Separate that from how you feel about this child. You want me to take care of this baby, or you want me to beef with you all day? Now, if you have a woman
some women want the beef. Some women want the beef.
There's ways to get around that too. If you keep
some women want the beef. They don't care about you taking care of your baby.
Absolutely.
That's perfectly fine. And then you take it to the streets there, not beat her up or nothing like that. But I have an ex. Baby mama found out that I was in the picture and lost her shit. Well, he was still doing it to her, so that was a problem.
Yeah, that's always gonna be a problem.
That was a problem. But after we were not together, we were still cool. We just weren't in a relationship. And I was like, listen, you have mediums that you don't have to deal with her. That baby's got a grandmother. That baby's got aunts that you connected to. Block her number. Go get that court order if you need to. Get your baby on every other fucking Saturday if you need to for the next 6 months. And she's gonna learn that when she gets rowdy, you have an answer for that. You don't get to disrespect me and expect me to be the most upstanding father that I can be. You have to pick a struggle, honey. You're gonna be mad or you're gonna be successful. And if you want to be mad by yourself. I don't have to deal with you. But he took her to court and he gets his daughter. She's piped down. They don't have any more beef because what can she do? What can she do? Nothing. Oh man, I'm frozen. Are y'all frozen? Y'all put me in timeout?
Can you hear us?
Now I can. I was like, damn, they done cut my mic off.
Now I don't know what we don't know what happened. Like everything, everything in the house just all at the same time just went haywire. The TV we was watching, all our computers, like everything just went haywire all at the same time.
That's right.
What was you saying, E?
I was just making a point of some women hate their child's father more than they love the children.
They should have been more selective who they gave the coochie to.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I've talked about that before.
It's a little too late, man.
You knew he was a shitbag before you laid down with him. Like,
yeah. The problem is you can't put the kids back in the pussy.
They haven't tried hard enough. I'm kidding.
Wow. But you shove them back up in there. Okay.
The basement cam was still on.
Damn.
Oh, that's funny. Mufaro says when you raise off survival, you got to let them live. See that, and that was the point that I was trying to make. Alisha, is some men are at the point where it's like we're not taught to fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to kids, we're not taught to fight. A lot of men don't know that they can fight.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then you run into a situation with a bitter ex or a bitter baby mama where it's like, well, damn, I want to be present with this child, but you're not allowing me to. So you get a lot of men that get the flack where, oh, why you ain't in the baby's life? But so often we hear, oh, my baby mama crazy. We hear that so much that we don't even believe men when they say this shit.
No, you.
My baby mama crazy. Well, what'd you do to make her crazy? Like that's a very that's a very common answer for most men is, well, what'd you do to make her crazy? Like, no, I didn't do shit. She just bitter. And just even compounding on what you said earlier, a lot of people don't know how to differentiate our relationship versus our relationship within the child.
Absolutely.
Like once we part, we like me and you. I don't even care about none of that no more. All I'm worried about as a man is taking care of what we created together and moving on into the future.
I think that might be part of the flaw. I think that might be part of the problem, though. Like, and I know that my experience is not the same as everybody else's, but when me and my ex-husband separated, it was not like, okay, bye. We were fighting in banks. Like, we were actually like beat his ass in banks. Long story, I tell you, I drink sometimes. But after that calmed down and we weren't so caught up in the emotion and anger of our marriage failing, we had to realize, like, I actually do have to care about you because you have my children.
Right.
If you're living on the street, that impacts me and my kids. So it wasn't like I don't care about what you do now that we're not together. It's like how I care about you has to change. And we had to have difficult conversations, but it takes two really adult people. And I get it that not a lot of people, I don't say that a lot. There are instances where male or female don't handle the end of a relationship well.
Right.
But it still takes some serious and direct conversation of, I still care about you, but that has changed the way that our relationship will be. Like, I won't allow certain levels of, you don't have access to like you used to. Y'all over there playing musical chairs. but I think it's feasible and it's possible to have an adult conversation. And even the most infuriating woman or man, because I've seen them all, being able to let them know and come from a place of compassion, even being the bigger person, if you will, and let them know, like, listen, I'm tired of fighting with you and I don't want to continue this negative energy. Let's work on fixing this relationship so that we can communicate properly to raise this baby correctly. And so that I can care for you from a distance without it being about, well, who you doing it to or how you moving on with your life. And a lot of that is anger. They're caught up in anger. And some people, it's easier to hold on to that anger than it is to let go of that person.
Right. Even moving on to Kathy, she says, unless you're a married man, unless you're married, men aren't given parental rights for their own children by law. It's a system already built to teach men they are less than the child and the mother.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was actually going to read that comment. It's very important. A lot of men don't know that. You get shown it more than
pretty early.
Yeah, very much so. It's like, hey, a lot of cases, custody is pretty much going to go to the mother, and you'll do your father thing every other third weekend or some shit like that.
And the fucked up thing about it is, even though that may be true, what Catherine just said, a lot of men don't know that in marriages, so they don't even fight for equal rights.
Well,
a lot of men would just be like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess the woman gets the kids."
Well, that's because when you sign that marital contract,
and take my money. And I think I told
and my house.
You didn't read the fine print.
Yeah,
you didn't read the fine
young
print.
Men, like my brothers, I told them when they got their girlfriends pregnant, I said, file for joint custody immediately. Everything's still great right now because your baby just got here. And everything feels great because you're a new dad. Go to the courthouse once you have the baby's social security number and file for joint custody. Because it's easy to do. It's almost like a prenup. You talk about the dirty stuff when everybody's feeling good about it. And everybody's high. We're about to get married. Let's sign a prenup. Let's do that with everything.
Yeah. So, and you know what's funny? I was actually talking to... Who the hell was I talking to I was talking to somebody the other day about a business that they were starting. Was that Alora?
I think it was.
I think we were talking to Alora last week off mic.
The gist of it was, hey, get that shit settled and handled right now while everything is good. Because when things happen, tensions run high. It's going to be a lot harder to try to implement that shit then.
Right.
It's better just already have it hammered out at the beginning,
right? Because like what we did with the pod, when we first all came together and was like, okay, we're gonna do this, one of the first things we did was drew up a contract. I think we had only did like 10 or 12 episodes.
Had we?
It might not even have been that. It was early we drew up contracts. And that wasn't even like a year and a half in where we got consistent viewership, where we got consistent people commenting, and we're, you know what I'm saying, what we shared on the Normal Convos pod page the other day. Like that was something that was sent directly to one of us by a listener. Bob or Everett shared something in the group chat earlier where a listener, like you could tell, like you earlier, like you said with the medium shirts, we can tell who listens, right? So we weren't even in that. We had nothing.
Right.
It was okay. We got an idea. We're all in. Let's hammer out the heavy shit now. Who getting what percentage? Who doing what? What do we? You know what I'm saying? We hammered all that shit out in the beginning because we didn't want to be, 2 months away from signing the deal or some shit, and then be like, oh, okay, well, how much do you think you deserve? How much do you think you deserve? And then now it's an argument, and now we got to get lawyers involved because we all want to feel like we get our just due. When you can do it early with no lawyers, split everything evenly, and nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
And then if we got to renegotiate, we got to renegotiate. But it's 3 of us. Like, what's there to renegotiate?
33%.
Exactly.
I want the 34.
No, I got the 34, nigga.
I want the 34.
I'm happy to take 1% just to break the truth through a tie.
Oh, look at you.
Bing dropped the bar. Dropped the ball. That's the first episode she missed in like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Bing ain't missed the episode in a while.
Well, then I'll take 0.5% and split it with her because she's really consistent.
Yeah, that's what we just watching.
That's why.
Yeah. So Catherine says it sucks that men have to prove everything to be seen as a man. Prove paternity, prove financial stability, prove masculine, approved emotional regulation. Simply being a man is not enough.
I love her. This is what I've been saying since we started.
Episode 1.
This is
oh my God.
Ellen, I'm gonna say this on record, and she's gonna hear this. Ellen is my disciple.
Disciple.
We spent a lot of time together, and we have similar views on just people being people, but especially around the male, the situation, but just how society treats men in general.
I love it. I mean, the masculine burden of performance is just different. It's just like we always say. Women are, men have to become.
Men have to be.
And she just summed it up right there.
That is true. That is true. I don't have to prove to anybody that I'm a woman. Now, I think there are things that are failures. I think the failures of women can be seen a little bit differently. Like if you have children and the children are successful, typically they look at the mom. Well, the mama your mama must not raise you right. Like things like that. But no, I gotta beg. She's my assistant. Ding dong. What's wrong with you? Do you not know what disciple means? You're very intelligent.
He is.
I'm gonna need you to go.
He's a doofus.
He's such a goofball. That just threw me off.
Yeah, he does that. He does that every episode.
The failures of women are seen differently.
They are seen differently.
We don't allow them to fail either.
We don't allow women to fail.
No, our beauty standards, holding ourselves up. We have to be, hydrated, fair skin, no pimples, like tight ass, the whole shebang. But I think the same thing for.
I love a medium ugly bitch.
Just say medium ugly. Starbucks drink. I like a medium ugly.
Outside of my beautiful wife, don't get it misconstrued. Don't get it misconstrued. Who is that? Hold on. Okay, there we go.
But no, I think the
he's talking about I learned from my sensei.
Yeah, because I mean that goes back to what I said the first time I was here about retraining women. It's such an inherent, deep-seated, taught disrespect against the male species in general that we have to understand that you guys got just as bad as we do.
Right.
Like this whole weird thing like toxic masculinity. It's not masculinity that is toxic, it's the lack of masculinity that makes things toxic. When you feel you have to hide your manliness or hide your masculinity to somehow fit into this female-driven society, that's when shit gets weird. When you're allowed to stand into your truth and you can grunt and fart and slam and burp and be a dude, girls like me and Ella love that shit. Like pour it on with like gravy. Pour it on like gravy on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, because hey, when the shit happens, Hey, if this goes into crisis mode and people have to be protected, you're not looking for the dudes walking on their tippy toes.
Nah.
Or pee sitting down. You're not looking for the pee sitting down niggas. You're looking for the dudes who farting and burping and you
got
know,
lumber jobs and iron workers and
exactly not the
work at the docks. Like
right.
It's
them toxic
guy.
guys.
Like, you can be a corporate man with those masculine tendencies for sure. I'm not saying that you have to be
talk that shit, Catherine.
Absolutely.
Talk about a grande 6, please. No 10s.
Absolutely. It's just the
I
point
like a
of
medium 7, like
a medium 7.
Yeah, 10s come with too much.
Yeah. 7 to 8.5.
10s come with too much.
Security issues.
Yeah, 10s come with super secure. They super insecure.
Like, super cookie cutter pretty.
Yeah, I don't want no cookie cutter. Yeah.
I hate it. I ain't gonna.
I'm gonna give you constant validation just because I'm that type of nigga that tell you that you beautiful all the time. I don't need somebody to ask me if they look good every day.
Just look at your DMs. You know
you know what I'm saying?
Chill the fuck out.
You know what your DMs look like. Quit playing with me.
Stop it.
That's true. My DMs are just full of Mafaro liking all my statuses.
Hey, he's shooting a shot.
Hey.
No, he's not. He ain't paying attention to me.
Yeah, all right.
He likes to push buttons.
All right. All right.
That's what he does on this pod is shoots.
Right.
If there's one thing he does on our pod is he shoots.
The shooter.
He's been trying to get his nut off for the last hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. This nigga's stupid.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew.
So we didn't get into none of our our interview questions at all.
Shocker.
That's how it is. I love, you know what?
We just kicked it.
I love unofficial interviews that turn into just good conversation.
Let's be good
like
stuff.
I don't want to do a tradition. Like I love that we can do that with some people. Like we more or less did that with like Dion. You know what I'm saying? We more or less did that with Malcolm just because we wanted to, you know what I'm saying? That was an Education is Elevation episode. So we made sure that was interview based. But shit like this where we kind of know people, it is so dope to be like, let's interview you, but shit, we ain't talking about like those first like 20 minutes. We let her get her shit off and then fuck it, we have a conversation.
It's easier to do with recurring guests.
I was saying that, like,
for sure.
It's easier to do with guests.
If you come here once, just fuck it.
You just get an interview unless we already know you.
It's the first time. I mean, you gotta like interview the person to let the listeners know, like, get a chance to know the person.
Our first time was just as wild. I feel like we talked
It
about.
was.
Oh, you know what? It really was.
It was.
Now that I think about it,
It really was.
It really was.
Put your guns away. He gonna shoot at you next.
But I do have a question that I don't think that we were able to ask, or not able to ask, but something that we didn't ask on the first one. Which in your direct field in fashion, right? What are things that you see in fashion that you love, and then things that you see in fashion that you just hate?
That's fantastic question. Actually, we were talking about this yesterday at the fashion show. I'll start with the positive. I love when models feel like people and not hangers. And they put on the clothes and they don't just feel like they're just doing a job. They actually feel like, I want to buy this off the runway. And that happened yesterday. That was so crazy for me, for people to see my stuff that I made with my hands and be like, I not only want that, I recognize that fashion is super personal. And I believe that what you made was specifically for me. So I'm not going to wait to get it. I'm going to get it now. Like, so that model dynamic where they're strutting down the runway, they feel good. People vibing, screaming, yelling, "Oh my God!" Like running from the show to go to the booth to buy it. Like for me, seeing that immediate reaction, like I've spent all these months making this stuff. It's on the runway for 10 minutes, and people are impacted by it and feel like beautiful and good in my clothes. Whether it's a man or woman wearing my stuff, like that to me is like drugs. Like I get immediately sweaty and hot, and I imagine that's what crack feels like.
Oh, shit.
But I love that. I love that feeling of like, this is my art and people are responding to it. Like, that's beautiful to me. The thing that I don't like about the fashion industry is that people think that there's a right and wrong way to do it. And that bringing other people down is somehow the way to go. Like, you are the big fish in the pond if you can talk the most shit about somebody, or if you can belittle a model, or you can, you know, throw shade. Like, I'll hear people say, oh, they said this about you. That's not my business what people say about me, but my receipts and my impact is what I care about. So if people have a good experience with me and they believe that I didn't make this just for clout, I made this because I truly believe that this is something that the world needs to see and it's my art, I ain't really worried about the negative stuff. But that feeling, that hoity-toity, that cattiness, that, oh, if you model for them, you can't model for me, and you don't want me because I'm plus size. Like, I dress people with bodies. So like, that's my feeling.
Yada 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 yada.
Exactly. And the more you got, the more I'll put fabric on it. Like, it's okay.
So I guess Mufaro got a question. What are your thoughts on demasculization of males and black males in high fashion?
Now y'all trying to get me canceled.
Don't do it.
I think, and I'm not gonna be PC. I'm gonna say how I feel. I think that is fashion industry has a lot of people that are not black males running the show. There's not a lot of black men that value what black men can be in the fashion industry representing that. So it's easy to do because it's a female dominated industry. So everybody kind of conforms to the feminine, right?
Right.
That's what it feels like now. There are designers out there that want to show the black male and men in general, fierce, powerful. I think that whatever you choose to, however you choose to live your life, that's your business. But I do think in fashion, there's a lot of opportunity for people that are not at the table right now to get a seat at the table to change that.
Right.
And like for me, I do make clothes that are androgynous. Like I've got a gentleman last night wore a jacket. Like I made it as a men's jacket, but the last fashion show I did, one model looked better in the outfit than I did, so I swapped her, and that was the only thing left. I put a belt on that hoe and I wore it down the runway. It's a men's jacket. Now, I've had men walk on my runway that have worn dresses. Like I don't think that we get caught up in the whole like gender bending and all that nonsense. And you're right, pants don't have a penis or vagina, so there is that. But I think looking at it, it can be seen when there's a lot of black men specifically being put in, lingerie or dresses, what can be perceived as demasculation. So I think that the more people that have beliefs of how a black man should be, if you believe that and you're a designer, step up to the table and let your voice be heard. Let your interpretation of your art be what you showcase. And that's your brand. For me, my brand, I love to see black men powerful and strong and in clothes that make them feel good, just like I like to see the women that model my clothes. So yeah, I'm aware of it. I see it. I'm not blind to it. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to critique it, you need to be a part of the solution, which means get a clothing line and put bricks in pants or whatever makes you feel like they're super masculine.
We got to send you a shirt. I don't think you got none of our merch yet.
No, but I would totally rock it.
I know you would. That's why I want to send it to you.
Yes, I would totally wear your stuff. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question.
I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna send you our Etsy shop and just pick something, screenshot it, send it to me, and I'll make it up for you.
I'll do it if I go to sleep.
And send me your address or PO box, whichever one.
It's my address.
PO box. Okay, I got a question.
What's up,
Alicia? What you just said about that, like, is that one of the creative challenges? Just making sure that what you make and present it has to be presented a certain way. Like, is that something that you have to think about? Like, you said you have a piece that's androgynous. Is there ever something where you're like, I don't know how this will come across, or is this the right model for it? Should it be a male model? Is that something that you have to worry about, or not worry about, but are mindful of?
Yeah.
Just making sure it's presented properly to the world. Like you said, you'll spend months on this and people are only going to see it for 10, 15 minutes. Do you often feel like that's not enough time, or that's such a limited amount of time to get what you presented out properly?
That's a good question. I think it's kind of twofold answer. Some of it is confidence. Like I
got you, Catherine.
We got you, Elle. You knew I was gonna hook it up in the back. You got to put our business out there. We don't need to let it go get 2 for ones. Anyway, so confidence is one thing. I'll have models, and you can't just be a designer that just throws clothes on somebody. It takes me longer because I also want to like stalk the model a little bit and find out like what's their natural style. If you got a FUPA, like say I've got models that have had kids and they're not a size, they're not size 2. I'm not going to put you in something that is super skin tight, because the likelihood of that presenting well and looking flattering to your figure is not going to be great. Or if you are a super tall dude, like I had Isaiah, he's what? I don't know, Elle, if you're listening, how tall he was, but he's like 6'4". He had to bend down so I could like put the necklace on him. Like he was tall, and we had him in one outfit. I hadn't like actually fitted on him before. I scrapped that outfit and changed it for a different model because I didn't want him to feel. I want him to feel confident, and I want him to believe in the piece too. So when he's walking down that runway, he feels good in it. So
yeah,
I am concerned. It does concern me about like, is my art being interpreted properly? But I also want to make sure that the person wearing it, whether it's a photo shoot or a runway, they often feel good in it too, because then their walk is harder, their attitude, their confidence is better. It was just dope. It's just dope that way. But I do think about it. Like there's things I won't put certain people in. In my fashion, if you've seen it, like I believe a woman can be beautiful completely covered. Like you don't even wonder if I have a belly button. You don't even know. Like but the fact that you don't know if I have a belly button, what shape it is gonna keep you up at night. Because like, I know it's a sexy belly button. I just know it is. So like, I will put my ladies in, cover them up. It might be elegant. You might be showing some leg. You might be showing some arm, but you're not showing everything. And not knocking anybody who does do being a dad, who does decide to, do their designs how they want to do their designs. But I do think about that. I do consider like who they are, what my art is, who do I put it on, what makes sense for their skin tone. There's also a lot that goes into it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Catherine. Oh yeah, we definitely love fupas. We love fupas. That's a flavor saver. It's a headrest, really. Catherine, check the Me by Lee DMs. Did you have any questions, Bobby, before I move on to mine?
It wasn't a really good question like y'all be having this shit.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm reading off the outline.
Oh, okay, mine just coming off the top. Have you? Well, yeah, that's pretty. I'm pretty sure you have. I'm gonna ask anyway. Have you done your research on New York Fashion Week?
Models coming with me.
My bad.
Oh, okay. If so, how will New York differ from Paris, and how are you preparing for New York Fashion Week?
That's a good ass question, Bobby. I tell you that. Yes, we can clap on some merch. Hope you're talking to me, Mafaro.
I'm down too, G.
We're all down. We're gonna get a shoot my shot line of t-shirts.
Shoot my shot.
Shoot my shot.
Nut off.
I'm with it.
We're gonna call it nut off.
We need to do a 3-way collab. That'd be crazy.
Let's. I'm down.
Stupid.
But yes, Bobby, to your point, getting played in Paris. That's what this should have been kind of this episode. Played in Paris.
See, if you know what, Alisha, if I knew that story before I named this episode, that's exactly what it would have been called.
That's
Put
fair.
it in parentheses.
You know what I was gonna call this? What I was gonna call this episode, but I didn't want to be that guy. I was gonna call this episode "Niggas in Paris."
I felt it. I felt it. We were saying that the whole trip. We were saying the whole trip.
I don't want to do that. So
I mean, fine. Yeah. Yes. Well, one, the invitation came like as soon as I got back to the States. Like, so that was for me, and I already heard about this production company. So one, I was like, I validated that this was a legit show. They had, followers. They hadn't had canceled shows. So I was going off of faith and trust before Paris, and I was excited because it's like the biggest thing I had ever, set out to do. So that kind of cynicized me a little bit. Like, I'm like, all right, let me trust but verify. So I verified. I made sure this was a, reputable company. They have a lot of contracts and things you gotta make sure that you take care of. They want you to, cast some models. They cast their own. Like, it's a lot of paperwork and legitimacy behind it. And how it's going to be different is, one, I'm not going to be casting all the models. As an emerging designer, they usually cast all models. So that means I can't control who I have on my runway. And I love representation. I believe Black and brown people of all shapes and sizes belong in high fashion. So I fought to get 2 of my people casted, like 2 models casted for the show. I did mess up and think that I could cast 10, and they told me like, no, I can't cast all 10. So that'll be different because I'll have models that might be models I have worked with before, but I'm excited for that. So yeah, and New York is here in the city, or in the country. So if I have to drive up or fly up, I'm not out 2 bands.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and they check in with you, so they been checking in with me every couple of weeks, making sure that I have everything together. They offer me, different packages, so they're very hands on. Have an onboarding checklist and a call, so they're very legitimate, which makes me feel a lot more secure. So I'm still trying to get into other shows just as a backup plan, though, in case anything wild happens, but or to get into multiple shows because I've been working on 3 different collections for next year, and if I can show them all, I will.
Hey, I'm with it.
We support you in every way we can.
Absolutely,
You guys
for
do.
sure.
I love y'all big time.
Did you see that comment from Mufaro?
I'm on a fashion break. Fine. Make it happen.
Yeah. How you want to do it, E? Because your shit keep going out. You want to just stay with y'all? Or you want to stay on it?
He just switched.
Oh, you switched the phones. Oh, okay. You should have switched the setup so it could be landscape. Put it in your little thing. Pause. I always gotta pause shit around you niggas. I don't understand. I just be trying to talk.
Mature? You think we're not mature?
I think that y'all borderline how mature y'all want to be depending on what we talking about. Even when we talk about mature shit, y'all will pause me halfway through it and make me lose my damn train of thought.
Well, Everett started that shit.
I know.
It just kind of.
We have a whole episode called Pause. E, fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god, these bus tires are heavy.
Everett started that
Negroes
shit.
will not just. Everett, you be doing the gay stuff. You be doing the gay stuff.
Everett,
you started it.
Get them the motto on the next. See, we're all trying to slut us out.
Immediately.
We're okay with that.
He just said we got a motto on your next show.
We're okay with that.
I'd love to have you guys on my next show. I think you guys would look wonderful in my pieces.
I'm with it.
Absolutely.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
you know this.
Please slut us out. We're available for slutting. Just let us know.
I already sent you $3, Bobby. I ain't sending you no more money. I already sent you $3. All I got left is a Jolly Rancher from Halloween.
I'll take it.
That's half.
We love Jolly Ranchers over here.
Half areola.
Hey.
Don't get me started.
I think this is the last interview question I have.
Okay.
With as active as you are, right? You're doing Paris, you're doing New York, you're doing Columbus. You haven't really had a break, and what it seems like all year, really. With as active as you being right now, do you think at some point that it will burn you out as far as your creative process, or as far as trying to do shows back to back, like kind of how you are now? Do you think there's a point where you might get burnt out with everything?
No, I really don't, honestly. I love what I do, and I do take really good care of myself. I'm just going to ignore that one. I went to Vegas last week. I was in Vegas and LA last week. Me and Kathy, we took off, and I was like, hey, it's your birthday. I wanted to thank her for one hell of a year, and we went to Vegas.
Hey.
We went
Did
to
y'all
LA.
get some strippers?
No, that's spending money. I'm not hustling backwards.
Facts.
Hey.
Facts.
Hey.
I wish I had my gunshots. That was definitely a gunshot moment.
Yes.
That's hustling backwards. If it gets too stressful, me and Kathy will just get in the office and just shake our asses for each other. We'll figure it out.
Hey.
But anyway, no, I do get tired because like literally coming Saturday, 2 a.m. we got home and settled from LA. 2 p.m. I was at, the fashion show started. I had to be at the show at 11:30 with a couple hours of sleep, dressed in 13 models. Then left that, went to go run through a friend's birthday party, said hello, gave him a present, custom Me by Lee bow tie. And then came home, went to sleep, and then I was up, had to be on set at 7 a.m. for the TV show I'm working on. So it's like I know that I need to rest, and so like the rest of this week is gonna be turkey and stretchy pants. Like I'm gonna relax.
I'm with
get my hair retwisted. I'm gonna get my nails done. Be like, phew. But I do take really good care of me, so that I can go so hard. But it's my art,
Bobby.
But I for candy. What? Oh. Stop slutting Bobby out for candy.
Twizzler payments, sugar babies, sugar daddies.
I can actually send y'all like 8 pounds of candy because I think I'm the only black house in the neighborhood, and I bought all this candy for these raggedy ass kids. Not one doorbell.
Oh,
I was not sitting outside, so I had like a tub of candy. So people were just going when they come to my house, they take handfuls of candy out.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's art. It's my art. That's how I express myself, and so
no breaks.
Burning out that way. I just know that. In between, like I'm not doing any shows for the rest of the year, but I'm doing pop-up shops to sell off my inventory. So preparing for next year. So like things are calming down, and I can say no. The things like I say no to plenty of things. Like there's people that I still do. Like I still act. Like I still act and have movies that are coming out. So like I do have, and having an assistant, chef's kiss, because I can tell you like when people say get help. Accepting help is hard for me, and having someone who not only can I trust that can take the reins and be like, all right, we got this and this tomorrow. Cool. Say no to 2 of them things. I want to go to sleep, or whatever the case may be, or having her jump in my DMs to talk to you guys real quick because I'm on a call doing some other stuff. So just having somebody that I trust.
Yeah, for sure. I know I've been communicating with her a few times. So
yes, we gotta have a code. So you want to say something crazy? I know it's you. Like when you cheating.
That's how it worked.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't know nothing about that. I'm lying.
Nah, I'm a good kid. I'm a good kid. Yeah. We got to put our work in, of course.
Yeah.
We got to put our work in. Now we can get back to the fuck shit.
You asked a question that I think is
actually I did want to do something right.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Faro.
And Allura sparked it, right? Would you like to interview us about anything?
Ooh, yes.
Put it on the spot.
Let me put my turtleneck up. Hold on a second now.
Pull the turtleneck up.
All right.
Yeah, Allura sparked it last week when she started asking each one of us individually something. Yeah, that was dope. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
So that might be something that we just incorporate for all the guests. But you will be the second person to be able to interview us.
Well, we always talk until the wheels fall off the podcast, so I don't think we ever had time to. But that's fantastic. This is a great question because I think this came up from a conversation that me and Ellen had about dating because I'm single, you know that. And we were talking about men being unavailable because they think I'm unavailable. Like they don't shoot their shot because they think I'm already off the market. And
you're put together.
But that's weird. That's weird to be put together and scare guys off versus being like, hey, I'm a hot mess. I'm posting on Instagram and Facebook how sad I am for being single. And now you guys can jump in my inbox and I can pick you off one by one. Versus be like, I'm going to shoot my shot because I don't see a ring on her finger. And she's the kind of woman that I want to be into or be attracted to.
Like, I think the reason why is because the way you put yourself together, it doesn't scream like desperation. It doesn't scream, I need somebody to holler at me or whatever. The way you put yourself together screams, I'm single and I'm confident with it and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If you come at me or not, fuck it.
And to piggyback off of that, as much as men like to disagree, a lot of men are intimidated by a woman that has her shit together and don't need them. So shooting my shot when I know that you may or may not be at a higher level, success-wise, financial-wise, you could be bluffing all of it, but you don't look like it. You look like you got your shit together. You look like you're in a good financial space. You look like you know what you got going on. So to a man that might feel intimidated by powerful women, that might be I got a little bit going on for me, but she looked like she need a nigga that make 300, 400, 500K a year. She not gonna settle for a nigga that is just starting out, just starting in entrepreneurship, just starting with my little idea, and she out here in Paris. You know what I'm saying? That might intimidate some men.
And even though some men are having this awakening, like no simp mode, a lot of us are still like hardwired to piggyback on Brandon's point, are still hardwired to provide. As such, it's like, okay, she's well put together.
Yeah, what am I here for? What am I here for?
Yeah, exactly. What am I going?
What am I going to bring to this?
Yeah, what am I going to do for her? I can't do shit for her.
That's just not true. I feel like
a lot of men are hardwired. Our identity is to provide, and if we can't do that, then what can we do?
Provide and protect.
Exactly. And if you come off as somebody that we can't do that for, it's like, then why even try?
Well, I do understand that. Like, I do understand that provision and protection is strongly, and the desire to be needed is strongly embedded in the male paradigm. But for me, it's like, but that's super transactional to say, what can you do for me? Because you're a person I want somebody to add to my life, not, replace, or be a fixture. I want to add you to add to me, not to, I don't have all these things, so I need you to come and do it for me. Like, no, let's be partners. Let's be partnerships. If you have something that's growing, even if it's a little idea, and I hate people say that, oh, my little business, like that. It'll always be little if you're thinking about it that way. But I think that it's interesting. Like, I'm meeting levels of women who are, and not to get on the Kevin Samuels trope of the leftovers, because I have 2 children that are very well taken care of and paid for. I bought them with my own money.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I love my kids. But, I handle my own, but that doesn't change my need and my ability to submit to my mate and be a helpmate, because my ideas are just built up more if you're filled and you're fed. So I just think that that's an interesting kind of like, fucked if you do, fucked if you don't, where I can be to pretend like I'm just.
It's a very weird place to be.
Yeah.
Because every man is going to be perfectly fine with a woman that can take care of herself or that has a drive, especially when you're talking about the modern versus traditional man trope that's been going on recently. When you start talking about the modern man wants a woman that can take care of herself. Wants a woman. I'm sorry. He wants a woman that can take care of herself. He wants a woman that can, if I fuck up, the bill's still going to be paid. Or if you fuck up, the bill's still going to be paid. Like, we don't want to feel like if I'm fucked up, we fucked up. Yeah, like that traditional shit, like that's kind of out of the window now. Like, the modern man doesn't want all of that pressure sitting on him. But like you said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's kind of a weird place, because what's being perpetuated in media right now is that women don't want modern men. They want traditional men that are going to take care of the bills, that like 6 feet tall. You're going to take care of all the bills. You're going to pay for my car. You're going to pay for my insurance. I'm not going to have to work. I ain't got I'm going out shopping. Like, you taking care of me. So a lot of women are falling in that. And when you are, especially with how easily accessible TikTok and YouTube and Reels and all of that stuff is, that's what's being pushed. So the men, that's what they're consuming. oh shit, well, every girl I deal with gonna want a nigga to take care of her. So when they see a woman that has that level of success or level of financial stability, it's the exact opposite. Well, shit, I can't do nothing for her. I can't even be her mate. You know what I'm saying? I can't be her partner, because when the other thing that's being pushed is when women that have money like that are also saying, at this point, I'm going to talk to you a certain dollars, or I'm X amount of, like, that's being pushed just as much as I want a nigga to take care of me. When you start talking to the women that are high value women, they're saying, no, you're going to accept me talking to you some type of way. You're going to accept me saying certain stuff to you, acting a certain way towards you because of my status, not because of yours, but because of mine. So when the man, obviously I'm being, outside in, when you see a woman that already has her shit taken care of, that instantly, if you're not necessarily addicted, but if you're addicted to TikTok, Reels, YouTube, stuff like that, and all you see is women of a high value caliber saying, no, nigga, I'm gonna talk to you some type of way. When you see a woman of that caliber, even if she's a DM away, you're accessible. You know what I'm saying? People can pull up on one of your shows. People can pull up at one of your pop outs. You be outside, like, not a lot, but you be outside. Like,
I be outside for 3 hours at a time.
we don't see a lot of women who are put together like you, and at the same time have the mindset that you do. A lot of women who are put together like you are with the I don't need nobody and this, that, and the third, I oftentimes think like that. We don't see a lot of women who are put together like I don't need somebody, but are still humble enough to be like, hey, I can still use a man for other things, like stuff like that. We don't see that often. That might be that
and the ability to be submissive. Because a lot of women that are put together and have their shit together do not have the ability to be submissive as well.
I think that problem,
you might have to start shooting shots. Because
I gotta be Farrell. I gotta
don't give a fuck about nothing.
I'm dead ass.
He don't care.
Sounds stressful.
You might have to start shooting shots because nobody's gonna know, like, the way society is, like how we just explained, like the way society is, the way you put together, you're gonna intimidate some guys. So it's probably gonna be up to you, and I hate to say it, it's probably gonna be up to you to shoot your shot and show some of these guys, like, hey, I'm not one of these stuck up motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Out here, like,
that's
I'm approachable.
I feel like I do hear you, and I think that the whole talking to people how any kind of way because that you have some type of status, I think that bites people in the butt, because usually something tests you, whether it be you lose your money, you lose your health, you lose your status. Something always comes along and humbles you, and then if you don't have the basic decency to be kind to the person that you're in a relationship with, first of all, you picked the wrong person. You don't need to be with somebody who makes you feel like shit. But
facts.
I just think that's just such a wild paradigm. It's like I just want to like start the world over.
Yes.
It's just so weird right now. And obviously, like being married and married and engaged and all that fun stuff, the desperation is gone. Like I don't feel like my biological clock is ticking. I don't feel like I need to like make 100 babies. Like I'm okay. Like I'm happy being by myself. And I won't say that I don't need a man per se. I don't really always love how that sounds. I enjoy companionship, and I do seek partnership when I decide to seriously get into a relationship. But that is,
and I think that
hold on, let her finish.
Hold on. I just wanted to
go ahead, Brandon.
Jesus.
Go ahead, Alisha.
No, go ahead, Brandon.
Forgetting shit, so I'll be having to
go ahead. I don't want you to forget. I don't want you to forget.
No, I've been having a conversation with my mom on this same topic of being okay being single. Like, I'm okay with being single. I just want companionship. And what I've talked to her with is sometimes that could be the energy that you're putting off. Is that I don't need a man. I want one, but just for companionship, or just for I don't want to be alone, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever your criteria is for why you want a man, or why you enjoy companionship. that
Well,
could
I
be
have so
it
much
can be put
joy.
off in your aura.
Yeah, and I think that I definitely hear what you're saying. I think, obviously we're telling more of my business than I planned to today, but thinking about
Welcome to the Normal Convos pod.
Sorry about that.
Welcome to the pod.
I think
We didn't mean to
like
put
having a community of people, like I don't like needing people's weird. Like everybody needs people. We need people. You all need each other to make this podcast run successfully.
Right.
I need Catherine.
Mhm.
I need Kathy so that she adds so much value to my life. So you need people that add value to your life.
He is
And
stupid.
He is.
really is. When it comes to like relationships, I think we're always trying to figure out what we can get out of it versus what we can give to it. And I think about like being with people that have children. And I used to think that, I'm never dating a guy without kids or never dating a guy that has kids because baby mama drama. I had to learn how to grow through that. And now it doesn't matter what you have with you because I'm not worried about what you're bringing. I'm focused on what I'm bringing because I'm not worried about what you're giving to me. I'm worrying about what I can give. And am I coming to you with a pure heart and pure intentions? I'm not trying to, Bobby got fresh braids today. I know he got a good ass barber. And I'm not, I'm not being weird. I'm not trying to worry about how I can shake you down. That's super transactional. I feel like we've gotten so far down that rabbit hole that everybody's so skeptical. Well, I can't take you out on more than 2 dates without getting some ass because, you gonna take my money and play me and I'm not gonna hear from you again.
Right.
Or I'm gonna sleep with you the first night because I'll never see you again. And I spent $80 on this lobster. Like it's just so transactional versus like, doesn't matter what I got in my bank account. I can have 47 cents in this mint. If I'm a dope ass individual and I can add value to your life and you feel the same way, then why are we worried about anything else?
Society. That's the easy answer.
Garbage.
Everybody wants to be viewed a certain way.
How society trained us.
Yeah.
Like society puts us in a position to where the visual is much more impactful than the actual.
Fine. So I can't get brother husbands what I'm hearing.
You can. You just got to find some niggas that's with it.
It's with it. It's a lot,
you might have to do a triad.
We can have a girlfriend too, like if we have to. If we gotta like make it. If I gotta compromise.
See,
if I gotta compromise.
I said it specifically for Everett because I knew he was gonna roll his eyes.
If I gotta compromise. A brother, husband.
This is why I fuck with people that come back. She know your ticks.
I knew he was gonna be the foot the table. That chicken was gonna be all over the basement.
Oh my God.
We did like polyamory.
Oh shit, we did.
We did cover that.
Yeah, we covered polyamory and triads and stuff in the beginning.
Yeah, one of our beginning episodes.
Why do you think that it's more? It's easier to. This is a question for all y'all. Really, I see more polyamorous relationships coming about, like especially in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
But it is mostly, like, from what I'm seeing, it is mostly 2 women and a guy. What, from a male's perspective, aside from the obvious, like, what's the challenge with being in a relationship with 1 woman and 2 men? Like, honestly, is it the sex? Is it the loyalty? Like, what is it that's a challenge?
Short answer: ego. To shorten that up, I'm gonna go ahead and let Evan explain because I will simplify.
I was gonna let you get your shit off because
Go
when
ahead,
you was
Bobby.
going with that, I'm with it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead. I'll be simplifying the fuck out of shit. This is gonna sound very simplistic, but just ego. A man can't handle. Most men can't handle another man. You know what I mean? Sharing a girl and shit like that. And then with what society tells us, we're not supposed to do that because it's kind of like, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's kind of like a man is submitting to another man as well, if that makes sense. In like one of those relationships, like it's like you got to compete and submit at the same time, and most men ain't having that.
We ain't built for it.
No, we're not. The thought of asking, "Hey, can I have her tonight?" or making a schedule, or "Hey, don't do her too bad tonight because tomorrow is my turn."
Yeah, man.
How is that any different than dating a girl that's dating multiple men?
I think if it's not in your face, you were more likely to accept it. And
Yeah,
it's
you can fake like you don't know that she got.
mind. But that living in the same house, like, just we're gonna bump heads.
Literally.
Yeah.
Pause.
I can't even do the soundboard thing.
Damn.
You damn near. You damn near.
Good one, Ali. That was good one.
That was a quality chuckle there. That gave me
I
a
like
quality
that.
chuckle.
That was good.
Chuckles.
Quality
That was
chuckle.
good.
Just we are.
See, look, we done rubbed off on her.
I know her.
Not literally though.
Ah.
Well, I don't know what y'all do when I turn my camera off.
Oh
Wait,
no,
see.
she got his back.
Damn.
Got his back.
God, she too witty, bro.
Damn.
No,
She too witty for this shit.
too witty. No, we're built to dominate. We just ain't with that. You'd have to find like two kind of tippy toe or piecing down men who'd accept that. I mean, and if you like that, there's nothing wrong with that. But most men who are dominant or got a sufficient level of testosterone, we're not going for the
sufficient level of testosterone.
We're not going for the Christmas pictures where we're in the pajamas together and you're in the middle, and just it's not going to work.
It's gonna be such a cute.
It takes a certain type of man to be okay with that.
Yeah, unless we just don't give a fuck about you.
I think.
Yeah, like running trains and shit. You know what I mean?
But see, I think.
But
Share with the bros.
just imagine dinner time.
But see, I want to offer some pushback on that, right? So,
Go ahead.
I always got to be the contrarian.
Not literally though.
Right, I thought the same thing. I was just want to go say it.
I always got to be the contrarian because why not?
Okay.
It's not. It ain't content if we all agree.
Right.
I feel like it would take, because like even with like the pause game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's childish, personally.
Okay, we're not gonna stop though.
Yeah,
No, we're not. I do it too. I'm just saying. I personally think I don't do it outside of this pod, like at all. So I think, yeah, you do on Facebook all the damn time. as soon as I post some shit, this nigga comes there, will be one comment and it just say pause.
Some wild shit.
I think that it would take a man or two men that are just secure in whatever the fuck they got with that woman. Like my relationship with her, at least the way that I understand triads, because if it's two women or two men, either way, I have to be comfortable with what my relationship is with that woman. If that's my wife or my girlfriend, whatever our triad is, I have to be comfortable in what our relationship is, and I can't worry about what their relationship is. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're doing more, I was talking about polyamory. Polyamory is I got to be comfortable with whatever my relationship is. In a triad, y'all are all in the relationship together. So in a triad, you need two bisexual men. In a triad, you need two bisexual men because they are all a relationship. And polyamory, where you're talking about with brother husbands, mm-hmm. I have to be okay with whatever my relationship is with Alisha. If me and Alisha were the first ones married or whatever, okay, this is my wife. This is what she expects of me. This is what I expect of her. And I have to be okay with whatever that is outside of whatever you expect and what Bobby gives you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, yes, I have to share, but in some ways I have to be secure in what we're doing, because just like a polyamorous relationship, you could get into open relationships where you're sharing your woman physically instead of physically and emotionally. Yeah. And then you start getting into all the other isms and amories and all of that other stuff. Everything along those lines, you're sharing something. You're either sharing the physical, the emotional, or both. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to enter into one of those, you have to be okay with whatever it is you guys provide each other, so that whatever the other person provides does not hurt your ego.
I don't think
because there's
think
two
they gonna
different
be
people.
okay with that, because imagine that a lot of guys gonna think like, okay, what if he start getting feelings for her, right? And then she starts liking the other guy more than she likes you. Yeah, that's gonna be a month.
That could happen in a traditional monogamous marriage.
True story.
Yeah, it could. Listen, I want to.
And it's more common. And it's more common in my mind. I might be bullshitting. I have never been in a triad or a polyamorous relationship. But I feel like in a normal heterosexual monogamous relationship, a woman might love her 8 out of 10, or her 10 out of 10. You might have 7 or 8 of them. That's why you got to marry her. Her work husband got 2 out of 10, but it's the 2 that you don't got, and that will make her step out on you.
Did you just post this? What did I just?
No, I saw it on Facebook, but
okay.
I like the analogy. I feel like in a polyamorous relationship, it could be the exact same thing, except if she's going to find 2 men, she's going to find her 10 out of 10 in these 2 men. She's not going to go get 6 out of 10 here and then 4 out of 10 here, but y'all share 3 of the same qualities. If I go over here and I want a guy that's 6 foot, makes $500K, loves eating pussy, always make sure I come before he does. Okay, cool. That's 4 out of your 10. And then the other guy got 6 out of 10, but it's not the same. It's not 4 of the same 4 that, you know what I'm saying? So he got the rest of the 6, and you got 10 out of 10 out of 2 men. Is less chance for, okay, well, I'm going to step over here. No, I'm going to come to Bobby for whatever Bobby gives me. I'm going to go to Everett for whatever Everett gives me. And then I'm going to give my 10 out of 10 to both of them. And I could do, you know what I'm saying? I could do all of that.
I just think there's I
mean, that's essentially what I just said. But
true, but I think but breaking it down to like ratings, like even if it's a community, like and maybe this is like just fairy tale talk and it never exists, but like where is a group of people and we're all within a relationship. Now it might be, let's say Podfather, Brandon, is you and your wife, and it's that's 2-person. I can't say that because I'm gonna put your business. Both of y'all are married. Bobby, are you married?
No, not yet. I do have a girlfriend. I'm not married.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I don't be in your business. I'm sorry. Like if you had 2 really good friends and you both like each other's wives, like would that be weird?
That's swinging though. To me, that's swinging.
No, like not necessarily like not just the physical, not just the 6 out of 10. Like it might be a cult. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Maybe that's why. Maybe it is a cult. Like having a group of people. Okay, that's a side joke that I need to just pause real quick and tell y'all about, because there are people that are in our circle that think that I am a cult leader.
Why?
Because of my
yeah, you definitely could be a cult leader.
I think I might be. Like I think I might be already. I have disciples. No, I have, just because of my way of thinking and living freely. I just imagine a world where I can have what I want, to have a bigger.
How many followers you got, Alisha?
But including 3 of you guys.
I like it.
12 total. 12 total. Your cards will get in the mail. You'll get a free buddy pass each month and unlimited hot wings.
What does the buddy pass come with though?
La Rosa's.
Oh damn!
An actual buddy pass.
I get a free cheese pizza.
Once you buy a large,
you get 2 toppings.
Oh, now they done upgraded it?
No, that's what you get in the cult.
Oh, okay. I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm with it.
I'm kidding, but no, I hear you. You're saying that there's got to be 2 tippy toe guys in order for that to work. I just think that there's in a relationship that's more open to where you can have commitment with people, and maybe one or more than one person, that you guys, it's a community. You all are there for the betterment of the group. Whether we're all in a house together and we're all putting it on, we're all splitting the bills. If we got kids, one of the women and men are taking care of the kids. I mean, I don't know, like more community living. And I know that, it works in other countries, but in Amish too, but that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Amish hold on, date daughters and shit.
That's why I said not Amish. I don't want to say anything bad about the Amish people because I don't know them like that. But
I think it's just becoming more accepted, especially amongst the Black community, because it's just addressing some issues of, okay, listen, the days of where you want your own personal person, them days are over. Everybody's sharing. It's just your turn. So now look, let's just be open with it. Listen, okay, I will have a sister wife. We will raise the children. You provide, and we'll make the house work. It's not a bad thing. Women are survivalists. I mean, when back in the day when someone would invade a village, the women would turn over and just, hey, I'm their wife now. You're dead. They're going to survive. So this is kind of just a form of adaptation of it.
Who's in our village, Everett? Who's in our village?
Whoever wanted to come and dominate it and take it over.
Oh my God.
Because the peace sitting down men and the tippy toes were not able to defend.
That's how it works in the animal kingdom, though.
Yeah, it's the concept of the
Look at a pride. Look at a pride alliance. That's exactly how it works. If I'm bigger and stronger than you, I'm coming to take all your wives and I'm eating your children.
Right.
But is the one-on-one dead? Like I'm hearing that more and more, that the one-on-one
that is becoming like religion. It's going to be like a fairy tale now. Like down the line, it's just, is it dead? No, of course not. It'll always be around, but it's becoming more and more like you just do it to one person, like that.
how 2000s of
like,
you,
right? You got a pager too? You got a?
You have a pager?
Like,
how very 1980 of you to have sex with one person for your whole life.
It's just becoming one of those things where it's becoming more accepted. Like, Brandon, you say all the time, we are not built for monogamy, but you're married. And I know how you said you don't know how you reconcile it, but nonetheless, you do.
Yeah. It's very weird. It's a very weird place to be in.
I think it's just an acceptance of the reality of it. Like, hey, listen, fuck the cheating. Listen, we'll just have a cult like Alisha has. That we this is teamwork.
Yeah,
it's just me personally. I think
it's a case by case basis.
Technically, my cult does not. My cult members are just in thinking. We don't be doing it. That's weird.
What? Huh?
No, said they don't be doing it.
No, doing it in the cult.
Nah,
yeah, I wanted to make sure that was very clear on air.
That's the first rule of the cult. You got to fuck somebody in the cult.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I don't understand the real meaning of a cult. So let me rephrase.
I can't
got a cult now. Never mind. I thought I had a coat. I don't have a coat.
You don't. No, you don't. I didn't come here for pizza and card games.
I'm tendering my resignation.
Right.
I just Buddy Pass gonna get returned to the mail.
Netflix and chill for real. They actually watch Netflix and chill.
God, I came for these.
This is my 2-week notice.
Damn it. Lost another one.
Even now.
Lost another one.
No notice. I'm walking down throwing shit.
Yeah.
I think it's community. Like community is just so important. Like it doesn't have to be always relegated to like Mufaro, finding his nut like a sweet squirrel. Like it's community. If we could all be around each other, like Mike said, I'm just talking. I don't have a dog in the fight, but being able to be have a safe space where you're not necessarily worried about your villages getting pillaged, but you have a community of people that want the best for you and vice versa. And you're all working towards that common goal. Like that's, I think ideally, like that's my ideal situation.
Yeah. I think it's doable.
Unrealistic.
I think it's doable.
It might be.
It's idealistic. It's a great concept. It requires so much investment.
Yeah, but just like you said, we're already moving towards that. We're already moving towards a world where more people think that monogamy is bullshit.
Yeah,
we're already moving further to a world where the two incomes.
We're there.
That's what I'm saying. Two incomes at this point in time, two average incomes cannot sustain a household. Not with inflation. Two average earners cannot sustain a household. They can barely afford a house.
You be living in an apartment.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying with her, with the community thinking of it, even if it's, I mean, like with her example earlier, if you got 4, 5, 6 couples that all find each other attractive, and it's like, well, shit, I think such and such wife is cute. She think I'm cute. My wife thinks such and such husband cute. And we can live in a community together where we're all practicing safely, of course, but we're all practicing together where, okay, look, this is what we do. And we got, you can pick from 7 people. You can just call somebody up. Hey, yo, Steve, how Barbara feeling tonight?
Yeah, let me borrow her.
Let me borrow Barbara, and I'll send fucking Jessica on over to you.
Yeah, let me borrow your boo for the weekend.
But in that society, I do agree with you. I do think it is idealistic, but I think that we're moving closer and closer to that because in the grand scheme of things, 2 people cannot. It's not logical anymore.
It's not, and it's just for survival purposes. It's going to be kind of hard to do. I mean, I'm sorry, Alisha. They selling pussy just out in the open now.
Yeah. The value of pussy
that don't tell you something
very greatly deteriorated.
And I found out it's women you wouldn't even think. You wouldn't even think. You like you?
Yeah.
You but I thought
it'd be the ones that don't. It'd be the like what I found recently is it the ones that don't need to sell it that are selling it. It's the ones that's getting holler on a regular basis that's selling pussy.
Well, yeah, that
like
makes sense.
Charging for like, I don't know. That's not a conversation I need to be involved in. Never mind. I have real questions like,
oh no, let's get into it.
Do you like just put an ad out? Like,
I mean, OnlyFans exists, Twitter exists, DM me for bookings in your bio exists.
I thought that's modeling.
Yeah, that's in your link, but that's you also aren't showing off bikini pics.
Lisa,
no. My link's in my bio. It's Linktree.
We'll talk off of here.
I need screenshots, Everett. I need screenshots. I need to know who I'm dealing with here.
Yeah. Oh God,
they can't be in the cult. They selling cookies.
The dark side is.
It's dark. It's dark over there.
It will make you view relationships like what?
Yeah, it's dark over there.
I'm supposed to open car doors and coats over bottles for this. You mean I can have it for $75?
Yeah.
It's a cold world.
Sticky.
Yeah. I don't want you to like. It's getting to a point to where it's like I don't need you to open my car door. I don't need you to be courteous. I know what you want. So give me $75 and you can have it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so they're eliminating the middleman.
Yeah, no middleman. Fuck the middleman. Give me $75. You can have it.
Are you saying you would be a middle woman, Alisha?
A middle woman? Mm-hmm. Like it'd be like, oh no, okay,
Madam Alisha. Madam Alisha.
No, I'm not involved in myself in that. I ain't making. Nope. Pause. Cancel. Delete. Unsubscribe. Whatever I gotta do. Unsubscribe.
Let's rewind. Just rewind a little bit.
No, like I still want like car doors and like that's. I've almost run into doors. Like Kathy has seen this. We'll be standing outside somewhere, and I'm not opening the door if there's a man in the vicinity. I refuse.
Why?
Because you're a man.
What does that mean?
You can open the door for me. I'm a lady.
So you can open the door for yourself. You have 2 hands.
You're absolutely right, but I'm a lady.
What is that?
We've been on this entitlement. This gonna send us on another hour.
We discussed it before.
Not doing it.
It's not entitlement. It's not. I don't think it's entitlement.
It is, and it's entitled. It's entitlement bred by the system. The system teaches y'all that y'all are supposed to have doors open for y'all, and y'all are supposed to, not have to put the toilet seat down when y'all go to the bathroom, and all of this entitlement bullshit that y'all benefit from. It's a double standard.
No, my dad taught me. Like my uncle daddy taught me that a man can open your car door. And
How old is he?
He's old.
Yeah, that's an old school way of thinking.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just like I believe like a woman should be able to cook for her man.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying that expecting it is what's wrong.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think expecting it is wrong. There's nothing wrong with the action, just like there's nothing wrong with the action of you cooking for your husband. But if you had, say, I mean, you're a working woman, right? So say you had a long day designing dresses and you had a meeting here, a meeting there, a show here, a show there, and you've been outside all day and you get home 30 minutes before your husband and you're not cooking when he walks in the door and he's like, no, bitch, food was supposed to be on the table. Why food ain't on the table? That's an expectation.
Now that's a toxic ass relationship that I wouldn't be in.
Yeah, but no, that's an expectation. That's an unnecessary expectation.
Well, I hear you. I think like my past relationship, like he would not let me open the doors. Like if he was around, like he'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm used to driving by myself." He'd open the door. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with having that in your relationship. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I'll have guys rush in front of me, and open doors for me. I don't know if it's a catch-22 because y'all are helping me keep that. Now, if I was a Raggedy Betty, just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm me and I treat people with that same courtesy and kindness. I don't know.
But Raggedy Betty is expected too.
Yeah, but I've also heard girls say stuff like, don't buy me flowers. Don't buy me candy. Don't touch my door. I can do it by myself. No,
those are the ones that sell pussy for $75. Okay.
It's connecting now. Thank you. What will 20 pounds get me?
What's the
exchange rate?
What's the exchange rate? What's the exchange rate on 20 pounds?
Because Hustle and Flow told me 20 for the front and 40 for the back. So
facts. Now it's 75 for the bed.
Inflation.
That's 2005.
That's yikes. But no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that's true.
I don't ever think there's anything wrong with it if you're used to it and your spouse does that for you all the time.
But it's not my spouse.
Problem with it. A lot of men are taught like that as children. We're always taught how to make women's lives easier. We're always taught that.
I don't think that chivalry is bad. Like now, if I'm by myself, I'm not gonna stand in the cold for an hour until a man walks up. That's weird. But just like if here's the thing that Kathy can also attest to. When we're out in public and we walk past a black man, I always speak.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, hello, have a good day. Even if he in his headphones and don't hear me, like that's something that I not gonna expect, but I think that's a cultural courtesy more than an expectation. Like you recognize a lady, just like in the olden days. You see a lady, you want to say something nice, impressive, throw your coat out over that mud. Now, I think that's weird because she could have walked around the puddle, but
or open the door for herself.
If you're gonna run in front of me, open the door. That's fine.
That's fine. I'm talking about the expectation.
I don't know if it's an expectation or if it's a cultural courtesy.
To you, personally, to you.
To me.
Yeah. For now, yes.
If you're not like, I'm not gonna be like, open the door. That's I think that there's a certain level of, I see this young woman walking, I'm in the vicinity, I'm gonna open the door for her. I'm gonna speak to a man when he walks by me. Hello, how are you? Even if it's in passing. Now I don't do it to all races, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. But if a black man walks by me, I don't care what he look like, if he's in a suit or in a garbage bag, I'm speaking. Because that's something that I want to change with our culture of us being weird to each other for no reason. Like that's something for me. That's something that I've got on my to-do list before I leave this earth. But I don't think I think it's a cultural courtesy.
Right.
Like if y'all came over my house today, I will offer you all drinks and food. I'm not in a relationship with any of you.
What you mean?
That's a cultural courtesy.
We just ate fried chicken. That's some real food.
I just made shrimp and broccoli Alfredo with
never mind.
bread and salad.
I'll stay at home.
No, I need a plate.
Are you adverse to shrimp?
I'm adverse to anything that comes out.
Yeah, like what he talking about. I need a plate. I need parts.
It looks good too. It was good. Yeah.
A lot of that should be looking good, and I don't like it.
I'll make yours with chicken.
There we go.
I'm accommodating. But anyway.
Get rid of that broccoli too, though.
You want to die when you're 40?
What the fuck, man?
Y'all, come on now.
He picking at other people's houses.
Right.
Wow.
You need the broccoli. You need to live.
He was just talking about entitlement. Wow.
Oh no, I'm definitely entitled. I don't expect you to get rid of it. I'm just letting you know that I'm not gonna eat that shit.
He said, put chicken and get rid of the broccoli.
That's why I uninvited myself, and she made the decision to. Oh no, I'll make you chicken.
I'll eat it how it comes.
Like that wasn't me. Brandon uninvited himself when she said shrimp. As soon as she said shrimp, I was uninvited.
She said, "I'll make it with chicken," and you said, "Oh, okay, but get rid of the broccoli."
Take the broccoli.
If we making substitutions,
So he's getting a bowl of noodles.
if we making substitutions, I'm just saying, I don't want to waste your broccoli on Brandon because Brandon ain't gonna eat it.
Yeah, just let him
Brandon talking in third person. Like, if
Yes,
a guy,
I am. I do that a lot on here.
Didn't open a door for me, I wouldn't be like, "Yeah, you worthless son of a bitch." Like, no, I wouldn't do that. It just doesn't happen often. Like,
Yeah,
it'll be in other countries. No matter, we were in Vegas, in LA. If there's a man walking in front of me, he opens the door. Now, if no one's outside, I'm not gonna be like, I'm just waiting. But it happens, and I don't. Maybe if it stops happening,
that happened to me years ago up at Northgate Mall. I'll share this episode. I'll share it on episode 4. So this lady, she's like, I'm at the end of the parking lot, and she's like, pretty much at the door. So she's walking and all that, has no idea I'm behind her. I stop to tie my shoe, and that time she gets to the door. At that time, I'm still like halfway through the parking lot. So this lady, she's sitting against the wall on her phone. And so I'm thinking she's waiting on somebody. So I get to the door, I bypass her, I just walk in because she's just sitting there. And she was there long before I got there. So I walk in the door, and this lady taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around. She said, "You were supposed to hold the door open for me." I didn't cuss this lady out because I'm like, how was I supposed to know? You were just sitting there. You were just sitting there on your phone. Like, you could have been through the whole mall by the time I got through the parking lot. You really sat there and waited and got mad at me because I didn't know you were trying to get in. You would
see. I think that's entitlement.
Don't do that.
Being
that's
upset
what I mean by entitlement.
That it didn't happen. That's entitlement. Like, I'm not gonna be mad if you didn't catch the door for me, but if you're in the vicinity, I will step aside. I've done that before. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And they'll go, "Oh, yeah, here you go. Thank you." And I say thank you. I appreciate it. And if they got something in their hand, they're not gonna be like, "Put your box down."
Oh shit,
like,
fuck y'all.
Yeah, I think that's
shit,
weird.
fuck y'all. What happened?
Y'all keep talking.
Oh, it's a boot thing?
I don't know.
No, Rick and Morty.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Rick and Morty.
Hey, y'all don't want to talk to y'all. Hey, Rick and Morty came. This is a new episode, so y'all keep talking. I'll be listening.
What is happening?
Look at the dedication.
I know, right?
All righty.
Did you write this episode, Bobby?
He's done with us. He's done with this episode.
Yeah, y'all.
He is officially checked out.
No, I mean, did he write the Rick and Morty episode? Like,
Oh no,
apparently so.
No, it's just a new
Apparently
one.
so.
That's just his shit.
It's
I'm
just
not
a
gonna
new one.
keep
I've been
saying
waiting for like 3 months for the new episodes to come out. So
okay.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Enjoy, darling.
Yeah, for sure. Oh shit! I think we had talked about everything we're gonna talk about today.
I think that's our cue.
Yeah.
Checking out. So I guess,
no, y'all go ahead and keep
Yes,
talking. I can do 2 things at once.
We already approaching 3 hours anyway.
I announced it. Like, yeah. All right, fuck y'all.
Yeah, we approaching 3 hours. I'm going to work in the
Fuck y'all
morning.
for real.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
No, we good.
We love you,
We
Bobby.
still closing, nigga. We still didn't have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, that was a good way to round it out.
Huh?
That was in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah,
No,
there was a
they
conversation.
got me together. They got me together. I need to I'm gonna keep having doors opened.
All right.
And being a non-sexual cult leader, Bobby's not
Got the worst cult in history.
Right.
No, I'm pretty sure the cult where they all died, that was the worst cult in history.
If I'm getting ass, I think that's a good trade-off.
Your priorities are fucked.
It's my carnal instincts.
I understand.
Carnal
But not
instincts.
to eat broccoli.
No, we definitely not eating broccoli over here.
Okay.
I will.
No
No,
broccoli.
we can eat ass, but no broccoli.
See that now? That's okay.
You want to talk about it?
How you gonna have dietary restrictions but you eat people? Like,
But that sounded wild, but you eat people.
You eat people.
Broccoli doesn't moan when I put my tongue on.
Oh, God. All right.
He put his tongue on her butt.
Oh,
Yeah,
have you
but
ever
you
heard
probably
the...
still eat. Does your wife eat broccoli? Because you might still get some
Nah, yeah, she do.
Oh, secondhand.
Yeah, I do get secondhand broccoli.
Secondhand.
broccoli.
I get secondhand nutrition all the time.
Yeah, from the booty smoothie.
We getting the fuck out of here, man.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
Do you have any closing thoughts or anything, Alicia?
Ready to eat the butt.
You guys are insane. I've missed it here. Oh, God.
You are welcome back whenever.
Absolutely.
Whenever you feel like coming to talk your shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lanta. Catch me this weekend at the Winter Market on Washington Park from 11 to 6. Black Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You catch me at the Minding Our Business. It's a Black women-owned business fair. All that stuff's on my Instagram, and that is me_by_Lee. And keep it funky, y'all.
Hey.
All right. Let's get into these taglines. Who want to go first?
Anime and video games are life. Shout out to my kings and queens out there. Keep striving to be excellent because y'all already are. Shout out to the fans, supporters, listeners, anybody who's like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. Because there's no us without y'all. There is no comfort in your growth zone. There is no growth in your comfort zone. If it doesn't scare you, you're too comfortable. Get out your comfort zone and grow. Last but not least, you can make millions or you can make excuses. You cannot do both.
Facts.
All right. People, self-improvement is the key. Let me say it again. Self-improvement is the key.
Big facts.
When it comes to your attention, be a very stingy dealer with very high prices.
Big facts.
Those that say you can't,
There you go.
or you won't, are just afraid of the fact that you will. And lastly, you might want to wipe front to back.
Facts. I knew that was gonna tickle her funny bone.
Glad to tickle you.
Oh shit.
Like, why is it a tagline? Y'all know I'm red, so I'm like,
she turned red. You look at her.
Oh shit.
That's
That is one of the greatest taglines we have, honestly.
Who doesn't know that?
A lot of people.
Apparently.
We are here to teach.
We've ran into some women before.
So this is my retraining camp.
No, for sure. We definitely need to partner on that and just do a retraining camp for men and women.
I'm here.
No one wants what no one wants. When the facts change, I reserve the right to change my mind.
I forgot one. Do not light yourself on fire to keep other people warm.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, I can get down with that one.
No one wants what no one wants. When the facts change, I reserve the right to change my mind. There is a thin line between protecting your peace and avoiding accountability. Humble enough to know that I'm replaceable, but I'm cocky enough to know that it's a fucking downgrade.
And she stank.
And she stank.
I like that remix.
Yeah, I do too.
They fight for what they want. We settle for what we get. At what point do we change our tactics? And last but not least, every conversation that's normal is not a normal conversation. So with that, we are out of here. We want to send a special thank you to our guest today. Alisha, you have been wonderful as usual.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. I always always have fun with you guys. You guys are dope.
Thank you. We are trying our best. We trying at this point. We're trying to get signed.
Oh yeah,
we're trying to get signed now.
Absolutely. How can I help with that?
I have no idea.
We could talk behind the scenes.
Okay.
We're all talking about where the applications to get in the cult.
You don't want into that coat. Before ain't no holes. You ain't getting your nut off in that coat.
Nah, it's over.
She said it's $1,000 fee.
You only getting cheese pizza.
$1,000 and you ain't getting your nut off.
2 toppings. 2 toppings.
Cash only.
Cash only.
I think she's the madam.
This
Maybe I'm getting slutted out.
I'm paying grown man tears.
Am I getting slutted out?
She's pushing P.
She is definitely.
Holy shit. I need to talk to you. I'm looking at the books. I'm looking at the books, Kathy. I'm looking at the books. I'll be pissed.
You or Kathy, make sure y'all check the Me by Lee DM. The link for our Etsy is in there.
Perfect.
Just pick something. Both of y'all pick a shirt that y'all like or a hoodie. Screenshot it and send it to me, and I'll get them made up for y'all at some point this week.
Awesome. I'm doing it right now.
For our viewership, thank y'all for tuning in with us for a back-to-back 3-hour pod. We have had 2 dope women that you should definitely follow these past 2 weeks. Shout out to Laura Dannon. Shout out to Alisha Lee. We're trying to broaden our stuff and get more women in here. So if anybody knows any dope women, send them our way. We trying to talk to therapists. We trying to talk to, designers. We trying to talk to artists. Anybody that you know that's a woman that's dope, send them the Normal Convos pod because we here to listen and we here to converse.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, again, to our viewership, thank y'all. Y'all have a good Sunday. Do something productive this week. It does not have to come of monetary gain. Just do something to make your life a little bit better. For our Wednesday people, for our listenership, thank y'all for listening to a back-to-back 3-hour pod. Hope we got y'all through a work day or early, work, or not a work morning, a cleaning morning. Instead of listening to Al Green, y'all listening to us. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good Wednesday. Have a good hump day. Hump something if you can. And of course, before we end, check me out personally, Chef Boyar B on AMP every Wednesday and Friday. Every Wednesday and Friday, I go live. This Wednesday is my Hump Day Shenanigans. I do not have a theme for that yet. And then I think that my co-hosting is either Tuesday or Thursday. I'll have to double check with the young lady and figure out when that is. And then Friday is my Chef Boyar Fridays. I did have to cancel last week. I had some things going on. Something I didn't mention. Elijah's in Florida, by the way.
Oh, I was wondering where your other kid was.
Elijah's in Florida. Y'all remember when he broke his foot? Mm-hmm. That week we had a one-off tournament. Well, our team ended up winning. We got first place. So the big tournament was in Florida this weekend. So he went down there with the guy I used to coach with last year and his family.
That's what's up.
So yeah, they went down there. They ended up getting second place.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so that was dope. We just got word he got second place. So that's where he is. He'll be home at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, all right.
Well, he'll be at their house at 6 o'clock in the morning.
He ain't coming home. He ain't coming back.
Nah, he ain't coming home till I get off work. But yeah, check me out Wednesdays, Fridays, Chef Boyar B on AMP. If anybody's wondering, the quickest way to find me is go to my Facebook at Brandon Brewster or follow me on Instagram at podfather_official. I have my own link tree outside of Normal Convos pod that has the pod, cuffed, and AMP on there. So follow that AMP link off of one of my personal pages and you can find my AMP channel. But I think that is it. Again, thank you, Alisha, for coming and blessing us. Fellas, do y'all got anything before I end?
No, just, hey, thank you for joining us again, and we appreciate it.
Thanks
Absolutely.
again, Alisha.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
For
can't wait to
sure.
have you
Absolutely.
back. Like,
Happy
you
Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you before then.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, happy
It's
Thanksgiving.
snuck
I
up
know
on
we ain't
us.
talking about it, but real quick, do anybody got any dope Thanksgiving plans?
I gotta work.
I'm cooking.
E?
Nothing.
Okay. I got 2 families to go to.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You didn't bring
That's the
your
only time I
plate?
gotta go. That's the only
Ever
time I
need a
gotta
plate?
do. Yeah, definitely.
I do.
Bobby gonna need a
do.
plate.
I do. Give me that shrimp and broccoli.
Bobby
Oh
gonna
yeah, I
need
need
a
a plate. Hey, Alisha. Hey, send me a plate. Wait, real
Yes.
shit. I need a plate.
Yes.
plate. He might be in Atlanta, but send him a plate.
Yeah, my fat ass. Yeah.
I will drive.
Oh, I don't even think you heard the news. Alisha, did you?
No.
About Bobby being over the road now?
Truck driver,
Yeah, last
congratulations.
time she was on, I was still working
Yeah.
working with y'all, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a trucker now.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling them come to the dark side. Yeah, because we got cookies over here.
Are you owner operator?
Nah, yeah, I'm just starting out. I'm a company driver.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I won't be able to be owner operator until like 6 months in. So
Do it as soon as you
I'm
can.
I'm like 3 months in already, but I'm highly considering it though. So
Do it as soon as you can. Yeah, I worked at TQL for 8 years, so yeah.
Oh.
All right, we gonna continue this conversation, but y'all not gonna hear it. We holla at y'all. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.
Convos Pod Almighty. We fucking out of here.
Peace.